Hello my loves, welcome to my channel Sun Love Stars and welcome to today's pick a card reading. As I told you guys in the last future spouse reading, if you watched the last future spouse reading, I told you guys that I'm going to create a, or I was like mentioning it in at least one of the piles. I was mentioning that I'm going to do a reading on that, but we're going to read your future spouse's mind today, okay? So we're going to look at what their daydreams are, or when they daydream about love, and when they daydream about meeting the one, meeting their true love, meeting their future spouse, okay? What do they daydream about? What are kind of like their fantasies when it comes to love? Like when they're alone and they think about love, or when they listen to a love song, okay? What do they think about? Like what kind of like movie is playing in their head, you know? Because if you think about it, if they fantasize about you, that also means maybe certain scenarios that they fantasize about are actually going to manifest, or maybe the both of you have similar like fantasies, and if both of you have that same fantasy, it's eventually going to manifest. Does that make sense? So yeah, this is going to be super duper fun. Okay, so we're going to look at what your future spouse's fantasies are about love, but if they think about, you know, like meeting the one and stuff like that, they think about you, right? So it's kind of like, what are their fantasies about you? What are their fantasies about meeting you, falling in love with you, you know, stuff like that. For anybody who's new, my name is Cynthia, okay? And I do future spouse pick a card readings, or I'm known for future spouse pick a card readings. And I'm here to guide you on your journey to meeting your true love and your future spouse, okay? To help you to manifest your true love and your future spouse through kind of like visualization or imagination, or just feeling connected to them from soul to soul. But this could also be a journey of becoming the woman that you wish to be, or that you are meant to be before you meet your true love and your future spouse, right? Because sometimes we need to learn certain lessons in order for us to be ready to attract a relationship, to make a relationship work, to make a relationship last, right? It also takes a lot of like growth when it comes to who we are, or even choosing like the right person for us, or even noticing that love is standing in front of us, right? So yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm keeping you guys company. So if you're interested in that and you are new, you might want to subscribe, okay? Because I'm going to post future spouse pick a card readings at least every 2 weeks. So there's a new future spouse pick a card reading coming out every 2 weeks at least, you know. I might be a little bit more consistent, but for now it's at least every 2 weeks. And I also have a bunch of future spouse readings that are already posted, so you can binge watch them, okay? But this is about kind of like sparking your imagination, sparking your fantasy, sparking your intuition, okay? And just making you feel connected to them before they even stand in front of you, okay? Or again, to kind of like get to know them before you actually meet them, to telepathically communicate to them, okay? Or again, to become the best version of yourself, so that you are ready to meet your true love and your future spouse, or that you are happy in the relationship, or confident, or secure, you know, wherever you are at on your journey, okay? So in the next step, you can choose between 3 images. If you feel indecisive, go on Google, find a number generator, and ask your spirit guides to guide you to the right pile, okay? And the number generator will spit out a number, and there you go. That's your reading, guys. This reading is also going to have an extended, and in the extended, I think I'm going to be a little bit more spicy. So on YouTube, we're going to look at just their daydreams in general, but we're going to keep it like, you know, we're going to keep it cool, calm, collected. But then on Patreon, we might tap into like sexual energies, sexual fantasies that they might have, okay? But yeah, here on YouTube is the clean version. We're just gonna check like what they daydream about, kind of like their innocent daydreams, if you know what I mean. And then on Patreon, we're going to look at their dirty daydreams, their dirty fantasies, okay? I also want to let you guys know there's going to be a part 2 of this reading, because I'm in the process of creating an oracle deck that is very spicy, that is very, you know, very telling. It's spicy. Yeah, I'm still creating it, and I cannot wait to use it. And I want to use it for a pick a card, for this, like for a similar pick a card reading, kind of like what are their fantasies. But the other reading is going to be a lot more. The other reading is going to be a lot more the dirty version. Okay, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm just, you know, in the process of creating an oracle deck. I'm almost done. I'm actually kind of done. I just have to print it out and stuff like that. It has to be shipped here, and you know, I'm thinking about creating 80 oracle cards instead of 40. I already created 40, but now I'm thinking about like creating like 40 more. So I think I'm gonna do this in the next couple of like days, and then I'm gonna come out with a part 2. What are their like sexual, or what are their sensual, dirty fantasies, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's gonna be a part 2 to this reading. So if you like this reading, keep an eye out for part 2. Okay, but yeah, without further ado, this is a long intro today. Damn. Okay. Anyway, so guys, I would say I'm going to see you in your reading. Hello my lovely pal number 1, welcome to your reading, guys. So this reading is going to be about your future spouse. We're going to read your future spouse's mind today, because we're going to look at what are your future spouse's fantasies and daydreams about love. And if you think about it, if they think about meeting the one, meeting their true love, and meeting their future spouse, they're actually fantasizing about you. So we're going to look at what their daydreams and their fantasies are. Okay, on here on YouTube is going to be the innocent version, and then on Patreon we're going to dive into a little bit of like maybe their dirty thoughts, okay, or their late night thoughts. But I also want to let you guys know there's going to be a part 2 to this reading. So what do they fantasize and daydream about? But there's going to be a part 2. I'm working on an oracle deck right now that is all about love, sex, and magic. Yeah, and once this deck is here, once I printed it and it's here and stuff like that, I'm gonna do another reading about that, okay? Just to let you guys know. Also, if you're new here, my name is Cynthia, okay? And I am known for my future spouse readings. I also do other readings, but I'm known like a lot of people love my future spouse readings. And if you feel like you are on a journey right now where you are manifesting your true love in your future spouse, or you feel like you're ready to meet the one, or you want to meet them, or maybe your spirit guides and your ancestors have been guiding you to my channel because you are about to meet them. Does that make sense? So you feel drawn to come here because you already know that you are about to meet them, but there might be certain things that you are supposed to know before you are meeting them, okay? Because my intention is to keep you guys like company on your journey to meeting your future spouse, to manifesting them, or to just become the man or the woman that you are meant to be before you are in a relationship. Okay, or that you become the man or the woman that makes the relationship last, or that you even notice that love is standing in front of you. Do you know what I mean? Or that true love is standing in front of you. So that's why I do these readings. This is about keeping you company as you are manifesting them, as you are becoming the woman or the man that you always wished to be. And then you meet the perfect person for you, or kind of like your divine counterpart, okay? Alright, so let me tap into the energy. I'm going to show you the cards in a second. Let me show you the cards first, actually. So we have here the card, if there are boundaries, I will try to knock them down. Okay, I keep hearing a song in your reading. I'm going to tell you about it in a second. Then we have the card, you make peace with the past, you're ready for a new love story. Okay. We also have here, thank you for understanding me, the story behind all that. As well as the card supernatural and psychic. Ooh, okay. So, pile number 1, what is your future spouse fantasizing about? The first thing that I'm picking up here is your future spouse, your true love and your future spouse could have tendencies to be psychic. So maybe they recently noticed that they have a gift to know things before they happen. They could have some type of, they could be clairaudient, clairsentient, clairvoyant, or clair something something. Maybe they always had this since they were younger, or maybe they recently like developed some type of like psychic ability because maybe they have been meditating more, or they have been like more on their spiritual journey to the point where they recently just came into some type of psychic ability, okay, or they always had that, or maybe they used to have that when they were younger. They were super tapped in, and then, you know, as they grew older, like adulthood, adult life, they kind of like lost that ability, and now it's starting to come back, okay? So yeah, they could have recently had a lot of dreams. They could be dreaming a lot right now, okay? So your future spouse could be dreaming a lot right now, or they could feel like there's supernatural energy around them. Maybe they recently feel like there's paranormal activities in their home, like where they feel like they know there's a spirit around them. So it's funny because we're kind of like spying on your future spouse right now, right? But I have to tell you like the backstory so that you understand why they have these like daydreams or fantasies about you. But yeah, they could be like feeling like, no, there's a spirit here. I keep hearing someone knocking on the door and there is nobody. I keep hearing someone like walking and there is nobody. Something like that is what I'm picking up here, okay? So they could feel some type of supernatural energy around them right now. They could feel like something is talking to them, or maybe they never really felt like something is talking to them, but lately, it could be like the last 1 or 2 years, or maybe the last 6 months, they feel like, no, someone is talking to me, or like my grandma is here. I can feel her presence. For example, if they have a departed grandpa or a departed grandma, and they didn't know if they believed in like someone watching over you, I feel like they came to the conclusion that they do believe in that, okay? So I feel like your future spouse recently like really tapped into their intuition, really tapped into their spirituality, really tapped into like the occultism or like the psychic world or something like that, or they recently had like some type of crazy dream that made them like feel like they believe in magic of some sort, okay? Or they believe in like, I don't know, maybe they were astral projecting, or do you know what I mean? Something like that recently happened to them. So again, for some of you guys, they always were like that since they were younger. For others of you, they were like that since they were younger, and then they kind of lost it in adulthood or in adult life because of the hustle and bustle, and kind of, you know, when you are like with certain friends and maybe they don't share the same interests as you know, and then you kind of also lose interest in certain things, you know, because you cannot share them with other people. And for others of you, they recently really tapped in, okay? They could have actually met someone who was very spiritual, and that person told them like, hey, you know, if you meditate, you sometimes can get visions or something like that. So they could have started to meditate a lot more, okay? And I pick up a strong energy here that your true love and your future spouse either had a vision of you, okay? So they were meditating and they saw like a flash of your face, or they saw like, I don't know, like they heard your voice or something like that, where they saw something while they were meditating, okay? And for others of you, they recently had a dream, okay? Or they met a psychic. They met a person who is a psychic or who has psychic abilities, and that person told them like, hey, I see in the cards that you are about to fall in love, or I see in the cards that you are about to meet someone, or something about like love is coming your way, or do you know what I mean? Like they could have met like a psychic who said that to them, so they keep thinking about it, or maybe that psychic already kind of like described to them who you are, or what you look like, or who you are as a person, or something like that, okay? That's the vibe that is coming through you. So if they don't have psychic abilities themselves, they could have recently talked to someone who has psychic abilities, or a psychic just kind of like approached them, or someone who is, for example, into astrology. Maybe this person said to them like, you would be super compatible with a Leo. Do you know what I mean? So they kind of are dabbling. They are in that realm right now. Okay, is the vibe that is coming through here. Maybe they also recently came into the energy of like angel numbers, okay? Again, for some of you guys, it's very new to your future spouse, all of that energy. And for others of you, they've always been like that, okay? But it's like super strong recently. Like they have a lot more prophetic dreams than usual, or they see a lot more angel numbers than usual. There's a lot more synchronicities than usual. That's the vibe that is coming through here, okay? So I do feel like your true love and your future spouse could replay a dream that they had. So they had a dream of like this woman or this man, and they were so in love, and they keep replaying that dream, and that dream was actually about you. So maybe they had glimpses of you in that dream, or again, they were meditating, or they were listening to meditation music or whatever before they fell asleep, and they like a vision came to them, and they keep replaying that vision. They keep feeling like, oh my god, am I going to meet this person that I saw in my vision, or was it just like, what was that, you know? is what I'm picking up here, okay? Because of that, but for some, to be honest with you guys, I feel like if you just boss dreams a lot, to be honest with you, because the first thing that I'm picking up here is what your future spouse fantasizes about is how you both are laying in bed, okay? So their fantasies are about like how you wake up together in the morning, okay? Or how you lay in bed at night and you guys talk. You have like a super deep, long conversation. You're both like super cuddly in the bed, a lot of cushions, a lot of pillows, super cuddly, super cozy bed, you know, a king size bed, whatever. And how they tell you about like, you know, I had this dream last night like about this bird, and that bird was green and then it turned blue, and then, you know, I was in a different country and stuff like that, and I wonder what that means. And they fantasize about how they tell you about their dreams and how you can like help them to figure out what this dream was or something like that, because again, they could be dreaming a lot, that, or they could have a lot of symbolic dreams is what I'm picking up here, okay? So they could be fantasizing about like how you guys lay in bed together before you fall asleep, or before, you know, like you know, before you have to get ready for work in the morning, and how they ask you like, what do you think that dream means? And then you help them to understand what that dream means and stuff like that. Okay, they could also be fantasizing about like how you read their birth chart or something like that. I don't know. I feel like they came in contact with someone who did that, but it was more like friendship wise. So they were not into that person. It was more friendship like. But now they, almost as if they now know with their heart and their soul that they're like into spiritual women, or they are into spiritual men, or that they find it sexy, for example, like, you know, when you read their birth chart. So they want you to kind of like, they fantasize about like how you tell them like, yeah, you are, your moon is in Pisces, and that's what that means, and like your Aries is in, your Mars is in Aries, and that's what that means, you know, how you read their whole birth chart. Okay, and I'm here, and you kind of help them to figure out life, or you kind of help them to figure out like who they are as a person, where you kind of help them to, yeah, for some of you guys, if you just spouse could go through an identity crisis right now, and that could be the reason why they kind of fantasize about like how you help them to figure out who they are, because you help them to figure out what their dreams are, or you help them to figure out like their birth chart, or you help them to figure out like something about themselves. That's a vibe that is coming through here, okay? So if you are into astrology, this is definitely your pal. If you like to read birth charts, if you look at retrogrades and this and that and this and that, they have like visions of that, how you help them to understand, like, I'm also hearing starseed energy, you know, maybe they were like recently like introduced to all of that energy, and now they wonder like, what kind of starseed am I? So they fantasize about like how you tell them, yeah, you're this kind of starseed, and maybe how you read their palm, you know, and kind of like where they fantasize about how you help them to figure out like who they are as a person, because they could be again going through an identity crisis at this time is what I'm picking up here, okay? Yeah, for others of you, they could be just fantasizing about how they have like a psychic connection with someone, kind of like how you can read their mind, you know, without them even saying anything, you know, how you take they think about something and then you say it, you know, how you can like read them. And I also see they fantasize about like how you put your hands on their heart and how it heals them, or something about, they fantasize about your hand on their chest is what I'm picking up here. But they definitely fantasize about like laying with you in a like super cuddly cozy bed, and how you have like all these conversations, and then you help them to, you analyze them, you tell them about their life path number and stuff like that, okay? I don't know why, but yeah, this could be because they go through some type of identity crisis is what I'm picking up here. Okay, for others of you, I'm also picking up the energy here of like your future spouse could really like rain, so they could be a pluviophile, or they could really hate rain, and they usually think about you a lot when it's raining. Like when they sit at home and it starts raining, that's when they fantasize about like what it would be like if you were there with them, kind of like where rainy days would be better when you were there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm hearing sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. So they maybe fantasize about like how you would make rainy days better, or how beautiful it would be to lay in a cozy bed when it is raining, you know, kind of like where you are their sunshine. Oh my god, where you are their sunshine when it's like rainy, you know. Are my sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray. Okay, so And then they could be fantasizing a lot when it's raining. So they either freaking hate rain and it depresses them, and then they fantasize about like life would be so much better if you were there with them. Like maybe rain would be, for some, I'm telling you, for some odd reason, I'm seeing them like fantasizing about how you both walk in the rain with an umbrella and you guys are laughing, and you know, it's still a beautiful day even though it is raining, because they usually like hate rain, okay? Is what I'm picking up here. Or they hate like gloomy weather or something like that. Or again, they could really like it. They could be a pluviophile. For example, I'm a pluviophile. I love rain. I freaking love rain. Not all day, every day, but I love rain. I love gloomy weather. I love gray weather. I don't know why. I never liked it before, but yeah. And pluviophile is a person that you call a person a pluviophile if they like rain, or if they enjoy like rainy, gloomy, stormy weather. Yeah, for others of you, the reason why they have these fantasies is because they do like rain. So the movie that they have in their head, okay, so when they fantasize about love, the movie that they have in their head is like a love story that plays in the rain, like dancing in the rain. Or for example, you don't have an umbrella and you're getting like all wet and stuff like that from the rain, and then they offer their umbrella to you, okay? That's the vibe that is coming through here. Or you kind of like try to seek shelter. Let's say for example they have a restaurant, okay, and it's starting to rain, like they own a restaurant. They fantasize about like you running in because it's raining and stuff like that, and you're all wet and your hair is all soaked and stuff like that, and it's love at first sight, you know. They could have somehow they have like fantasies about, you know, love, a love story in it, but it's somehow connected to rain and gloomy weather, because in every card, if you look at this card right here, it's raining and she's like super soaking wet, okay? In this card right here, it's raining and they're both super soaking wet. Here, her hair is wet because I think she just came out of like the bathtub. Okay, and if you look at all these cards, it's super dark. And the funny thing is, I'm telling you, the funny thing is, I keep hearing the song by Young Philly, Gray. In the song, he says, "How come I see the color gray?" It's like a super beautiful tropical song. But yeah, he talks about like when the girl is not there, he sees the color gray. He's all gloomy. He feels like a gloomy, rainy weather, you know. But yeah, that's the energy that is coming through him. Hearing, "How come I see the color gray?" So yeah, they could be fantasizing about kissing in the rain, dancing in the rain. I'm telling you, or kind of like where they offer you their umbrella, or I don't know, you guys are meeting in the middle of the rain, or you're kissing in the rain, you're dancing in the rain, okay? Kind of like where, you know, with you, rainy days are beautiful. That's what I'm hearing. That's what they fantasize about. Again, I don't know why. They could be very emotional on rainy days or something like that. That's what they fantasize about the most. Kind of like a kiss in the rain, walking in the rain, maybe walking even barefoot in the rain, dancing in the rain, or something about how you guys first see each other like in the middle of the rain. Like you both have like eye contact and you're both soaking wet and you both were seeking shelter somewhere, okay? And then yeah, oh my god, I do see that here, because I'm being brought to that one movie scene, or like a scene from Sex and the City, where she was standing next to a guy under an umbrella, and I think she was asking him like, and then they started talking, okay? For some of you guys, can I ask you a question? Did you recently visit someone in the hospital, or like, because for some very odd reason, I'm seeing a hospital here. Okay, this is not gonna be for everybody and their mama, but I'm seeing someone here meeting their true love and their future spouse at a hospital. Okay. Well, I don't know, something about a hospital. I don't know what that means. Maybe then if you are about to meet someone at the hospital, maybe there is a sign, or because I'm seeing you here like standing in front of a hospital and you meet someone there, and I don't know why, okay? Or I don't know if someone here is a nurse or works in the medical field. Maybe that's the reason why I pick up the hospital type of energy. I don't know, because I cannot, it's so strong that I have to talk about it, because I'm like, I was thinking to myself, like, I don't know what that means, so I'm not gonna mention it in your reading, but it's so strong that I have to talk about it, because if not, it's like, it's here. Talking about like psychic abilities, like sometimes I have like pages and they're like here and I have to talk about them, and if I don't, they stay here, like I see them from the anyway. So that's what they fantasize about, okay? They fantasize about kind of like a super cozy day at home, or you guys are drinking like a hot chocolate or whatever when it's like rainy. You know, you guys stay at home, or you guys go to a coffee shop but you drink like a tea or like a hot chocolate or whatever in the rainy. You're kind of like sheltered, but there's some type of like rain, okay? I'm also hearing listening to rain sounds before going to bed. I don't know if you're doing this or listening to, yeah, maybe they do that or you do that. Okay, let me get a few more cards. What is pile number 1 future spouse fantasizing about when they think about pile number 1? Okay, yeah, they fantasize about how you can read their mind. Okay, like I'm seeing you here like laying next to them, and then you put your hand on their heart or on their head. Okay, or how you say to them like, I can read your mind, kind of like where you're like cheeky and you tell this person, I can read your mind, or let me read your palm, or like, oh, I know how Leos are, or something like that. Okay, something like that is what I'm picking up here. Okay, I don't know, I feel like it turns them on, like when you analyze them, or when you like tell them like about themselves or something like that. Okay, or they get turned on. I feel like if your spouse gets turned on by psychic energy, or by psychic abilities, or like by supernatural energy. Okay, for others of you, they could be fantasizing about how you both see something supernatural together. Okay, so maybe they saw something supernatural at some point in their life, and they feel like it would have been so beautiful if they would have witnessed whatever they saw with a lover. So they could also be fantasizing about like seeing something in the sky, or having like a supernatural encounter with a spirit or with a light being, and you are there with them because that's what happened to them when they were younger, but nobody witnessed it. So they fantasize about how you're witnessing it, okay, and how it's kind of like your little secret that you saw something supernatural or something magical together that cannot be explained. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. They could be fantasizing about you saging the house. I'm telling you, maybe their past lover also was spiritual, or they recently like noticed that they are into all of that stuff, or like something happened in their life that made them like feel very connected to that type of energy. So they could be, yeah, I'm seeing them fantasizing about how you sage the house and how you like put crystals everywhere. Okay, they fantasize about do you know what I'm seeing? Also hearing like the type of woman that sages the house while listening to like music twerking, but like she's saging the house. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. But yeah, that's what they fantasize about. Okay, for some of you guys, they could be fantasizing about like smoking, like, you know, the green with you. Okay, for others of you, I'm actually hearing the opposite. They could be fantasizing about, okay, listen, for some of you guys, if your spouse is trying to quit smoking right now, and their motivation to quit smoking actually is like, I don't want my future partner, which is pile number 1, to see me smoking. Kind of like where they're, yeah, something about where they don't want you to get to know them while they're smoking, or like, I don't know, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like their motivation could be like, they want to be healthy, they want to have healthy juice, you know, to procreate and stuff like that. So they don't want to smoke, or they don't want to smoke anymore. Or maybe it smells like they don't want to smell like cigarettes when they meet you and stuff like that, you know. So their motivation behind quitting smoking could actually be you. So they think about like, oh my God, you know, I cannot wait to meet pile number 1, but first of all, I have to I have to quit smoking. That's what I'm hearing, okay? That's the vibe that is coming through here. Let's get a few more cards. What is pile number 1's future spouse fantasizing about? Come, I see the color gray. Cannot stop, like, this song is so in my head that I want to listen to it. Okay, but I'm gonna do that after I'm done. After I'm done with your reading, guys. To be honest with you, your reading could be a lot shorter than pile number 2 and pile number 3. I don't do that on purpose, but your energy feels very like straightforward. Okay, I don't pick up like 1,000 different things, which I picked up in pile number 2 and pile number 3 with you. It's like very, yeah, I feel like because we talked about it, right? They keep replaying something. So it's not like all kinds of things. They keep replaying the same scenario over and over again. And keep in mind, if they fantasize about it like every day, that could also be the reason why certain things that they think about are going to manifest. So whatever I'm talking about could also be me describing future events, because if they fantasize about it, eventually it's going to manifest somehow, some way, okay? But yeah, the card also says, if there are boundaries, I would try to knock them down, okay? If there are boundaries, I would try to knock them down. I'm latching on, babe. Now I know what I have found. Okay guys, I don't know why, but your spirit guides, it's kind of like your spirit guides are giving me all the tea what's going on with your future spouse. Your future spouse could go through a breakup right now. Can I be honest with you? I feel like your future spouse is going through a breakup, or they recently broke up with like a person, like they were maybe in a relationship, or they had some type of, even if it was not a full-blown relationship, maybe it was a friends with benefits, maybe it was like a one-night stand, and that one-night stand turned into a couple of one-night stands, but it wasn't that serious. But they are going through a breakup right now. Okay, your future spouse is going through a breakup right now. It says, make peace with the past, you're ready for a new love story. Okay, so they're going through a breakup right now. Okay, so I feel like they could be fantasizing about how you kiss them and they forget all the pain and all the betrayal that they went through. For example, if it's like an ugly breakup and this person maybe said very mean, ugly things to them, you know, they fantasize about like how you kiss them and they forget all the pain, you know, or when they see you, they forget all the pain, like they completely forget like the pain that they went through in the past. So yeah, that's what they fantasize about. They fantasize about looking at you and they completely forget about the pain that they felt or the betrayal that they went through, how everything is just gone, like everything is just gone out of their head, like they don't think about it anymore and it's just gone. It's just kind of like where you wash, I'm hearing where you wash away the old pain. That's what I'm picking up here, okay? For some of, for some of you guys, if your future spouse has fantasies of like, I don't know why, but I'm seeing they definitely have fantasies of you being by the beach, okay? And I'm seeing how they sit by the beach and you come out of the water and like the water's like dripping down and like your hair is like all wet and stuff like that. You could have been my pile in the last pick a card reading where I talked about how I keep seeing that your future spouse is into kind of like wet hair or like water or sweat or something like that. If you remember it, then this is definitely your pal. But they fantasize about like how you come out of the water and you look like a mermaid, or you look like a goddess, or like you look like a Greek god, or you look like a, you know, you look super sexy as you come out of the water, you know, and then behind you is like the sunrise or the sunset and you walk towards them. That's what they fantasize about, okay? Or kind of like the energy here, they fantasize about sitting by the beach and you're like in the water, playing around or whatever you're doing there. For some of you guys, they could be fantasizing about diving with you, because they could actually be someone that really likes surfing and diving, so they fantasize about doing these things with you. Okay, now for others of you, what I'm picking up here is they fantasize about like how they sit by the beach and they watch you and all they feel is peace, you know, how they feel deep contentment and peace, almost as if like they feel heavenly, peaceful, just looking at you. So maybe the past person that they were with was kind of like a drama queen, so now all they seek is peace, like a very peaceful individual, okay, a very peaceful energy, okay, how you're their peace instead of their trouble is what I'm picking up here. Yeah, okay, let's see. What is pile number one's future spouse fantasizing about when it comes to pile number one? No, I have to shuffle the cards, because these two cards came out in pile number two and pile number three. I'm also noticing that my lights are flickering, which is it just happened now in your reading. So this could also be a confirmation that this is your pile, because maybe some type of a light bulb is about to no longer work. So shortly after this reading, you could notice lights flickering somewhere, or you could notice like some type of like light bulb not working or whatever, or this already has happened, because I don't know what the fuck is going on with that lamp. Like, it's starting to flicker, excuse me. Yeah, see, I told you, maybe that's what they go through, like their lights are flickering and they know something must be there, because there's nothing wrong with the light bulb, or they keep exchanging the light bulb and the lights keep flickering. There's something about flickering lights. Okay, So that could be something that they go through right now, where their lights are flickering or there's something weird going on with their technical devices. Could be the same energy with you, okay? Where your technical devices are acting up, the clock is standing still, or like the TV goes on its own, or like this could be something that is happening around them right now, okay? And I feel like they fantasize about how you witness it. So kind of like I'm hearing, am I crazy? Did you just see that? That's what I'm hearing. So they could be fantasizing about you witnessing it, so to kind of like confirm to them that they're not going crazy or they're not going nuts. Okay, that's picking up here too. Let's see. What is pile number one just us fantasizing about when it comes to pile number one? Ooh, now we get into the more sexual energy here. Okay, if you recently had a dream or a vision of someone going down on you and like licking you, you could pick up on your future spouse's energy. If you recently had a dream of someone going down on you or licking you, or like a vision or a dream of someone like being down there on you and out of freaking nowhere, like it wasn't how do you call it, it was not inspired by something, it just came out of freaking nowhere that you had like this vision of someone like going down on you, it's your future spouse. You pick up their energy. Okay, look at that, it says I didn't know this was inside of me. Do you see the starry sky energy? But this card is also gray. How come I see the color gray? Okay, simmer down, baby, simmer down. Na, 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 na. Didn't I talk about how they fantasize about how you tell them about like astrology? Look at how she's pointing towards the stars and it says I didn't know this was inside of me. Did I not just tell you that? Where you tell them stuff about them and they're like, damn, I didn't know this about myself. Like, or yeah, because like they could feel like they could feel like they need someone to make them realize who they are right now in this very moment, to help them figure out who they are or who they want to be. Okay, yeah, for some of you guys, what they fantasize about is licking you, but we're going to talk about that on Patreon. Okay, and again, keep an eye out, there's going to be a second part to this reading. Okay, I'm going to show you the card on Patreon, so the link is down in the description box because I cannot show it to you now. But yeah, they fantasize about it. Like they love going, they love it. That could be one of their favorite things, to like lick someone or go down on someone, to play with someone's lollipop. Okay, to play with someone's, yeah, oh my god, if she's female, she loves to play with them balls. It's something that they enjoy. Oh my god, look at it, it says this love will change your life. Can I be very honest with you guys? If you look at this card right here, these are cards, so this could also be a tarot reading. I don't know what that is. Okay, they could be remembering a tarot reading that they got from someone. Maybe they could have recently unlocked some type of memory where they got a tarot reading from someone a couple of years ago. It came into their mind out of nowhere. I think I have like here from my brush where like, I don't know, like my face is a little itchy. They could have like recently like recalled some type of memory about a tarot reading, okay, that is connected to you. Okay, I don't know, for some of you guys they might actually watch tarot readings. Okay, for some of you guys, for others of you, they could also just be fantasizing about like playing card games or playing board games with you by a beach. Okay, or something about, I don't know, teaching you poker, teaching you chess, or playing stuff like that with you, or just card games in general. Maybe they really like playing card games. Okay, kind of like, but I'm seeing it like happening by the beach, kind of like where you're sitting by a beach with a towel and there's like, you know, you have like your games and stuff like that with you and you play them by the beach. Okay, what are pile number one pictures about this fantasies about pile number one? Yeah, for me this looks like a hotel room. See that energy? Okay, they could be fantasizing about waking up with you in a hotel room. ordering pizza, ordering Asian food, okay, ordering Indian food. Okay, it says that a masterpiece has been created. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get one more card here. What pen and one should you guys fantasize about when it comes to pile number 1? Yeah, they also fantasize about like such a beautiful view, kind of like where you see the mountains and you see like, oh, for some of you guys, they could also fantasize about like a romantic date on a balcony, like with the most beautiful view ever. Okay. They fantasize about waking up in a hotel room and the view is like magnificent. Okay, the balcony is beautiful. You guys are looking at the ocean. Okay. They fantasize about how you stroke their hair or how you play with their hair. Okay. They could also fantasize about, yeah, eating ice cream in bed or something like that. Maybe they really love ice cream, or ice cream could be like their favorite dessert. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. Or kind of like eating ice cream in like a tropical country and stuff like that. You know, taking a walk by the beach. Or if it's not a beach, it's just a body of water. Maybe they have like a favorite place in town and it's close to a lake or a fountain, or it's close to a... yeah, it's close to some type of like body of water, and they fantasize about like having their first date with you there, okay? Or that's where they want to go when they have their first date with you. Okay, let me see what the masterpiece, what is the masterpiece energy here about? Okay. Yeah, they could also be fantasizing about like eating pizza by the beach, or like or eating pizza. For example, there's such a beautiful place like in the town where I live at. It's actually a little, yeah, they could also be fantasizing about eating Italian food with you. Maybe it's their favorite like food, like Italian food could be like their favorite food. Or they have like this Italian restaurant that they always, you know, like fantasize about taking their girl or their guy to, you know. There's like this, it's such a beautiful place. It's like a little like Italian restaurant, and it's literally next to the water. It's super beautiful. So something like that could be something that they fantasize about, taking you there or being there with you. Okay, we also have the card here, this love would change your life. So they fantasize about how you come into their life and nothing was ever the same. Okay, they could, I'm telling you, they could be in the energy of going through a huge lifestyle change, or they could be going through an identity crisis where they almost cannot identify with the person that they used to be. They could be going through a spiritual awakening, if that makes sense. Okay, and they could just fantasize about like having someone that explains to them what is happening with them, or that explains to them like, yeah, like all these like downloads that they have, or like what is going on with them, because they could feel like they need someone to guide them. Yeah, they fantasize about you being their spiritual guide, like where you kind of like, yeah, I'm hearing, I am alone, I am a mystic, I'm in my zone, no competition, I am the one, so you should listen. Don't fuck it up, don't wanna miss it. Yeah, there's a very mysterious energy around them, because I'm hearing, because I need your light, I need your light, I need your guidance. Or for example, if your future spouse is masculine, they could just know that female energy or women have a lot more knowledge about certain things, and they just fantasize about how you teach them about certain things, you know. But yeah, they fantasize about how you are their spiritual guide, or how you kind of like guide them. Okay, how you guide them through their identity crisis, or how you guide them through the spiritual awakening. And again, this could be literally how it's gonna happen. Okay, this could be literally how it's gonna happen. You might meet them when they have an identity crisis, or when they go through a spiritual awakening and they don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay. And they might be like asking you questions like, do you know what this means? Like, what is going on here, you know? I don't know why I'm laughing. Yeah, we have the Magician here. Okay. Can you clarify this love will change your life? You have the Nine of Pentacles here. Okay, and can you clarify a masterpiece has been created? For some of you guys, they could be literally fantasizing about you laying on them like that, kind of like this pose where they're sitting and you're like your head is laying on them, or the other way around where their head, lay your head on my shoulders, kind of like where they can lay, they have their heavy head on your lap. Okay, kind of like where your lap is their cushion is what I'm picking up. So they could be fantasizing about like something like that, but maybe by the beach or by a body of water or something like that. Okay. Oh yeah, oh my god, I just saw it. Oh my god, I cannot talk about that on here. We have to wait for Patreon. I'm just gonna say they could be fantasizing about playing with you, like, you know, but it is close to a body of water. It is close to like an ocean, a lake or something like that. So I do feel like they fancy a place that they want to go to with you. Okay, but I see them like playing with you, like there, you know, like how they have their hand, in your summer dress or in your sundress, or like, you know, how they put their hand there and they play a little bit with it, and you guys you guys are like by the beach, or you know, like you're listening to the waves, the ocean waves, like the sound of the ocean waves is what I'm picking up here. Okay. Yeah, for some of you guys, I'm telling you, listen, for some of you guys, your future spouse is going through a breakup. Okay, hear me out. This could be an energy where they know this person is not the one for them, but they still feel attached, right? Maybe there's also children involved, hopefully not, but it could be, right? So because I feel like we're spying on your future spouse. Maybe I'm going to do a reading on that, like just spying on what is going on with them. Like maybe that's my spirit guides telling me to do this, but because I'm seeing them like praying, they know that this person is not the one for them, but they also feel like it's so hard to say goodbye, or they're scared of the unknown. They're scared to make a mistake where maybe this person is the one, like they know they're not the one, but they're scared if there's love out there for them. Or do you know what I mean? Maybe because they're like, so it could be like, yeah, because they're like a little, you know what I mean? It's like they see how I'm not even finding the right words. I feel like that's how they feel right now. But they could be, I'm gonna be honest with you, they could be fantasizing about meeting you so that they can finally like break some type of toxic cycle. Okay, I'm going to be very honest with you. They feel like maybe they prayed to the universe, like, the universe, if this person is not the one, show me a sign. Or if this person is not the one for me, because they know it, but maybe they're scared that they make a mistake. Or do you know what I mean? For example, just an example, okay? Let's say, for example, they know this person is not the one for them, but they already introduced this person to their family and stuff like that, and their family likes that person. But in their soul, they know this is not what I want. This is not what I want. But maybe they feel like, should I give this up even though my family likes this person? Do you know what I mean? It makes them hesitant. I think they're already going through the breakup. There's like a lot of fights between this person and, you know, the other person. But they feel like they need like a sign, or they need like something to hold on to when they leave this connection. And again, it's not about like a boundary or that they cannot be alone. It's more so this energy here of like they're terrified to make like the wrong decision. They're terrified to like fuck up their destiny is what I'm hearing. You know, they could feel like, you know, am I a homewrecker when I leave this person? Like, we already have a child, or, you know, do you know what I mean? Or like, what if, I don't know, like, my parents already like this person, so what happens, you know? Something like that is what I'm picking up here, okay? And they could be like fantasizing about how, I'm hearing, you will soon find the reason why you couldn't settle. That's how they feel. You will soon find the reason, or stand in front of the person that is the reason why you couldn't settle. That is literally what they feel. That's what they fantasize about. And again, this could actually be happening, where you are going to help them to break a cycle. So when you meet them, they could be already separated from someone, but maybe there's the other person still tugging on them, is still like trying to get them back into like a toxic cycle, and they know they want to break that cycle. It's kind of like where you know you want to break a bad habit, but you also know you need some type of like push, or you need someone to hold you accountable to not go. Do you know what I mean? For example, they want to stop smoking, but if they are surrounded by their friends and they all smoke, they have no one that tells them like, hey, stop smoking. Like an accountability buddy, you know? Yeah, that's something else that they could be fantasizing about. Someone that holds them accountable, like, don't smoke, don't drink, don't do this, don't do that. They actually want that, they crave that. They don't want to be in this toxic energy anymore. They don't want, you know, yeah, I feel like they crave, to be honest with you, I feel like they fantasize about like how you are the reason why they finally establish good habits, or where they finally can break some type of like toxic cycle. They know they want out of a situation or out of a bad habit. Again, they could also be fantasizing about they meet you and all of a sudden they stop smoking because they love you so much. Something about where you help them to get out of something, to get out of like a cycle. Yeah, that's what I'm literally picking up here. And again, this could be the reason why, because they fantasize about it, it could be the reason why it's going to happen similar like that. Or when you meet them, they might be, I don't know, someone could be tugging on them or trying to lure them back into drinking, lure them back into smoking, lure them back into being intimate with them, even though they don't want it. But you know, kind of like breaking bad habits is not that easy. See what I mean? So they could be fantasizing about like meeting the person that makes them feel like that's the reason why I could not settle. You know, kind of like an answer, like why can I not settle with this person? Why does this not feel right? And they fantasize about like meeting the person, meeting you and feeling like that's why I could not settle. This is the reason. Look at her, look at him. You know, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, they fantasize about that. Okay. So this could be, I'm telling you, this could also all be happening within the next couple of months and weeks, because if they go through a breakup right now, and if they try to break a cycle and it's a back and forth, and they wish to meet someone that helps them to break that cycle, it could actually be manifesting within the next couple of days and weeks. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up here so strongly, guys. Okay. I pick it up very strongly. Okay. How you help them to make peace with the past, to let the past in the past. Get one more card here, 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, something about, they definitely fantasize about a restaurant that they want to go to. Okay, and I pick up very strongly Italian food. I'm also hearing creme brulee. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. How you guys have like a romantic kiss at a restaurant. That's what they fantasize about. One more. Yeah. They fantasize about like a whirlwind romance where you fall in love instantly and everything is happening so fast, and you confess your love to each other after 2 months or whatever, you know, like where everything is happening super fast. Like you guys fall in love fast, you guys like get married fast, you guys get engaged fast, like kind of like where you instantly know someone is the one and everything happens like instantly, like fast, you know. Yeah, I'm telling you, they fantasize about how you help them to free themselves from something. I don't know what it is. Okay. But they fantasize about that. Kind of like you are the reason why they never go back to smoking, or you are the reason why they never go back to a country or a city, you know, where they have no reason to stay at a country, at a city. Oh my God. This is very intense, guys, what I'm picking up here. Yeah, they fantasize about, like, for example, they know that they want to relocate to a different country or a different city, but they don't know which country or which city that they want to relocate to. So they fantasize about, like, what if I meet like this man or this woman and, you know, I find home there. I find home where this person lives. So they could fantasize about like a, how do you call it? They could fantasize about a long distance relationship, but with the intention to move, because where they live at is not where they want to live. So they're like excited about moving to a different place, but because of love. Ooh, okay. Or how it's such a strong love that you move for them, kind of like where they live somewhere, and then you move to their place or something like that for some reason. But this could also be their intuition, right? For some reason they fantasize about a long distance relationship, but it doesn't stay long distance for too long. But maybe it's gonna start off long distance, or like where you both live in two separate cities. Okay, so it doesn't even have to be like two different countries. It could also be two different cities, which is like a 2-hour drive away, you know. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. Okay, but they could be craving like a new environment, like new energy. But yeah, I'm hearing there's no reason for me to stay here, you know. That's what they fantasize about, like where they find a reason to move elsewhere, or they find a reason to finally like take the plunge and like move away from like a place. Okay, let's see, what is pen number 1, future spouses fantasies? We have keep it chill, which is the temperance card. Yeah. We only have influencer here, just the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Pentacles here twice. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. They also fantasize about how you're confident, you know, how you're confident in who you are. Because the person that they were with was very insecure, and that fucked up the whole relationship. This person that they were with, their insecurity fucked up everything. So they fantasize about like a man or a woman that is confident in who they are, and they don't get insecure when they don't text or call back immediately, or they don't get insecure when... You could have been my pal in the last pick a card reading. If you're supposed to pick a card reading, you could have chosen pal number 1 as well. Didn't we talk about like you know, how you find a hobby that occupies your mind so you don't get mad at them when they don't text back immediately, because the last person that they were with made them feel like shit for having hobbies or like traveling or like, you know what I mean? So if that sounds familiar to you, this is definitely your pal. Or maybe you want to check out pal number 1 in the last pick a card reading, which is what do you need to know about your meeting? Which is funny, right? Because you're the only pal where I mention this pick a card reading about what do you need to know about your meeting. And then I talk about like they could be going through a breakup right now, and then they fantasize about like again, it's not the energy of like a rebound. It's just like they feel like they have been trying to break a cycle with this person, and they couldn't do it. And they feel like maybe when they fall deeply in love or madly in love with someone, they can finally like nothing is holding them back, or like, I don't know, kind of like where they jump and you catch them, or yeah, they jump and your hand is there to catch them. Okay, yeah, I'm telling you, the person that they were with was super mean. This person projected their insecurities onto your future spouse, because we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. She is so mean. Like, she uses her words to cut people deep. And it says the bitch. Yeah, the person that they were with before was a meanie. This person was a meanie. Okay. Fantasize about how you're like relaxed and chill, and you don't get jealous. Of course, you claim your territory, but you don't get jealous all the time, and you're just super relaxed. I'm telling you, you're kind of like this person's peace. Like, you bring peace to them. Like, you chill them out. Yeah, you chill them out. You make them feel like they just smoked a blunt. And like chill. Like, your energy is super chill and super calm. Okay, yet confident at the same time. Like, the person that they were with before, that was the person that they were with before. Always like texting mean messages. Where are you at? What are you doing? Or I don't know. Okay. They could have a crazy ex. Okay. Or the person that they're breaking up with right now could be acting crazy. Like, they could be really trying to do some damages. They could be going through a breakup right now, and this person's trying to break their confidence, is what I'm hearing. Okay, that's what your future spouse is going through right now. Or again, this could be a sneaky link. This could be a friends with benefits. Okay, I feel like your future spouse is going through some type of breakup right now. They could be going through like a separation when it comes to a friendship. But I feel like whoever this friend is, this friend had a crush on them, and that's why everything is crumbling right now. Okay, so this person's right now, and that could be the reason why they have an identity crisis, because this person is like trying to attack their character. See, it all makes sense now. Dang. What is pie number 1 just about fantasizing about when we think about pie number 1? For some of you guys, they're hooked. They had a dream and they heard your voice in that dream, or they heard a voice. Okay, if you send a message to your future spouse telepathically, like if you maybe said a prayer, or if you maybe talked to them in a meditation session or in a prayer, or if you said something, I feel like they heard it. I know it sounds bonkers, but I feel like they heard it, because it says he wants to hear your voice. So I feel like they heard it, or they have like fantasies of like your voice, like a soft voice that is like relaxing them deeply, or like but where your voice is very light-hearted and makes them feel like bubbly and giggly and stuff like that. So they fantasize about your voice is what I'm picking up here, which I talked about in pile number 1 in the last future spouse pick a card reading. Okay. Or something about they could have heard like a voice, and it was like I'm being brought to like a siren. Oh my god, I'm being brought to the Little Mermaid, where she sings and then like the guy was called Eric, right? He heard her singing. That's what they fantasize about, because I don't know why, but I picked up such a strong mermaid energy with you, because I told you I see you guys coming out of like the water, and I see like a silhouette of you, and behind you is like the sun. Okay, so for some reason that's what they fantasize about. That's the energy that is surrounding that, like your voice, or like hearing your voice. Because if you think about the Little Mermaid, he heard a voice, right? And then he thought it was like a vision, or he heard a voice, right? Like, because the Little Mermaid was saving him from drowning. Oh, it all makes sense now. The Little Mermaid was saving him from drowning, and he heard her singing, and then she was like running away. Oh my god, you could be connected to pile number 3 as well. Anyway, then she was running away, like the Little Mermaid was like running away because like the humans came, right? And then he was like fantasizing about her, like I heard her voice, and then people told him like maybe you were hallucinating, you didn't really see it, which again would make sense with like a vision, right? Because a vision, or like a vision, or like a dream, you don't really know if it's just you processing something subconsciously, or if it's like a future vision. That's the vibe that is literally surrounding like what your future spouse, like how they fantasize about you, or what they fantasize about. Okay, something about your voice. Okay, and it says I cannot believe that you want me. Okay, would you relocate with me? I fucking knew it. I knew it. I felt it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, yeah, and here it says come sleep at my place. I think I'm going to leave this reading here, because I'm going to repeat myself. Everything that I just said. It says come sleep at my place. Okay, so they fantasize about waking up next to you in the morning, falling asleep with you at night. Okay, kind of like every time they look at their bed, they just wish you would be there with them. Okay, they want to share their bed. Pile number 1, we're going to go to the extended now, and we're going to be a little bit more, you know, we're going to look at their dirty or naughty thoughts, or like their late night thoughts, if you know what I mean. Okay, so the link is going to be down in the description box. If you don't want to join me on Patreon, hopefully you join me in the next future spouse pick a card reading. Okay, your girl is going to be here keeping you updated. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello my lovely pile number 2, welcome to your reading, guys. So if you have not watched the intro, today we're going to look at fantasies and daydreams that your future spouse has about love. But if they fantasize about meeting the one, or falling in love, or like feeling the sparks when they have eye contact with someone and this person ends up being their true love and their future spouse. They fantasize about you, right? So it's basically what they fantasize about when they fantasize about you, when they daydream about you, maybe when they lay in bed at night, or when they're taking a walk by themselves or whatever, or when they listen to love songs. What kind of like scenarios playing in their head, okay? Also, for anybody who's new, my name is Cynthia and we're going to look at your future spouse today, okay? We're gonna read your future spouse's mind basically. But if you feel like you are on a journey right now where you're manifesting your true love in your future spouse, okay, if that sounds like you, I would be so happy to keep you guys company. I do future spouse readings at least every 2 weeks. Like every 2 weeks there's a new future spouse reading coming out, and I also have a bunch for you to watch. I already like posted a lot of future spouse readings, okay? But this is kind of like me keeping you company on your journey to meeting your future spouse, or kind of like already getting to know who your future spouse is, as well as becoming the man or the woman that you wish to be before you get into a relationship, or even making sure that the relationship is lasting, or I don't know, that love doesn't pass you by, that you see him or her when they stand in front of you, you know what I mean? So yeah, if that sounds like you might want to subscribe, okay, or like keep an eye out for the next future spouse pick a card readings. But anyway, let me tap in. Also, this reading is gonna have an extended. The extended is gonna be maybe a little bit more spicy. Okay, so we're gonna get a few more cards from this 𝑠EX Oracle deck. So we're gonna look at if we can look a little bit at like their sensual, spicy thoughts. So this is the innocent version, and then we go to the dirty version on Patreon. But I also want to say that this reading is gonna have a part 2 because I'm working on an Oracle deck. I'm working on an Oracle deck, like a super sexy, spicy one. And yeah, it's taking a little bit of time, but I'm almost done. And then once it's here, I can film the video, and then there's gonna be a part 2, okay? Just to let you guys know. But let's see, let's tap in pile number 2. What does your future spouse fantasize about? Okay, the first thing that I'm picking up here is they fantasize about a door or a gate, okay? They fantasize about, let me show you the cards, because we have the card here, Mars versus Venus, and you can see like they're in front of like a door. See that energy here? And here we have a gate, okay? So pick up the energy here where your true love and your future spouse, they fantasize about how you walk into a door. So they could, for example, have fantasies of like, it's going to be different for all of you, but there's something about when they fantasize about you, they fantasize about a door. Something about, for example, you stand in front of a door and your hands are full and nobody's there to help you, and they're the gentleman who opens the door for you and you guys fall in love. See what I mean? Or they fantasize about how you just walk into a door. Okay, so they, I don't know, maybe they could also be like subconsciously always looking at the door because they always await that you enter the door. Do you know what I mean? Because we also have the 3 of Pentacles here, so this is telling me your future spouse could actually like, for some of you guys, your future spouse is involved in a lot of group projects, or they collaborate a lot with people, or is what I'm picking up here with the 3 of Pentacles, because the 3 of Pentacles is usually about like group projects or like yeah, kind of like bigger collaborations or something like that. So they could be like fantasizing about, for some of you guys, if you just fantasizes about how you walk into their office, like how you walk into the door at their workplace. So for example, they are at work and they fantasize about like, oh my god, what if like my true love and my future spouse would enter the door right now? Like what if she would like just enter the company? What if she would be the new colleague that I'm introduced to? What if he would be the new colleague that I'm introduced to? That's what they're fantasizing. Keep in mind, when we fantasize, we also manifest, right? So this could be them manifesting that it's happening like that, or it could just be a fantasy, okay? But yeah, there's something about, you know, like eye contact in front of a door, you know, like you stand in front of a closed door and they're there to help you, they're there to save you, is what I'm picking up here, okay? They could also be something about where I feel like they fantasize about like helping you in a tricky situation. For example, you knock on their door and you tell them like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but my phone just died and I need to call someone. So they fantasize about like being the hero in your story. They fantasize about like how they are there when you have a difficult time is what I'm picking up here. Okay, something like that. I'm also picking up they fantasize about opening the door for you, like when you are sitting in a car, how they open the door for you and you see them as like a gentleman. Okay, in case you are like feminine looking for a masculine is what I'm picking up here. Okay, but there's something going on with the door, something going on with your future spouse definitely fantasizes about like magical eye contact. Okay, they could be fantasizing about like how they take a walk in the evening and they have to go to the grocery store or something like that, or they forgot milk so they have to go to the grocery store or something like that. Something about where you bump into each other by moonlight, or you bump into each other when the moon is coming out, the sun is setting, you know, is what I'm picking up here. And then you have like this magical like eye contact in front of a door, or for example, yeah, something like that is what I'm picking up here. Okay, for some of you guys, they could also be fantasizing about how you're going to be the girl next door, like the new neighbor that moves in, you know. That's why they keep looking at like a house or at like a door, because they fantasize about like how you are the girl next door, how love was hidden in plain sight, how, you know, like the new neighbor is like their true love or their future spouse. Something like that is what I'm picking up here. Okay, for others of you, I'm picking up the energy here. Something about it says, when you don't see you, I see you. Okay, so they definitely fantasize about like being the hero, kind of like where you're alone at night and like they save you, or they walk you home, or they make sure that they keep you safe is what I'm picking up here. Okay, or kind of like they, yes, for some of you guys, they fantasize about like how they save you in a dangerous situation, or how they are there like by moonlight where you don't know where to go, your phone is dying, or like something about where kind of like where they watch over you like an angel, or like a, do you know what I mean? There's something about they fantasize about like how they keep you safe is what I'm picking up here. Okay, so your future spouse has like fantasies of like could be fantasizing about like, oh my god, you're my hero, thank you for saving me, or like, oh my god, you must be an angel, you must be heaven sent, where you say stuff like that to them, like, oh my god, you're an angel, you're heaven sent is what I'm hearing. Okay, something about where they save you from somebody or something is what I'm picking up here, because we also have the card here, protected from forces, negative forces beyond your control. Okay, so there could literally be an energy where your future spouse is going to appear in a moment where you might feel scared, or you might feel like lost, or like insecure about where you are at or the people around you, or like maybe you don't know your surroundings that much. That's what I'm picking up here. Okay, this of you, your future spouse definitely fantasizes about like having kids. Okay, so they do fantasize about like rubbing your pregnant belly. I feel like your future spouse has a strong desire to have children. For some of you guys, not for all of you. Okay, so for some of you guys, your future spouse has like strong desires to have children. So they could be fantasizing about like rubbing your belly, or they could be fantasizing about I mean, they literally fantasize about like impregnating you. I don't want to get too much into it because this is like the innocent version, but they could have fantasies of like, you know what I mean, huh? Okay, we're going to talk about that in the extended, but they could have fantasies about like impregnating you. Okay, so I do feel like if your spouse wants to have children, they have like a strong desire to have children is what I'm picking up here. Okay, for some of you guys, yeah, I feel like can I be honest with you? I feel like they fantasize about having a baby shower. They fantasize about talking about names, like what kind of name would you give our son and our daughter? Or maybe they already fantasize about like names for their children, like how they want their children's name to be, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, but we also have the card here, and when he looked into my eyes, it wasn't a glance, it wasn't a praise, it was a message, it was a song. He was telling me I'm here, and I'm here and I'm not going anywhere, and I had never held eye contact that long with anyone before. It was so much better than simply hearing words spoke. Okay, so yeah, so they fantasize about like having eye contact with you. The moon is out, there's like this door that they either hold open for you, or they help you to get through the door. Okay, or you walk into that door. Okay, and then they have like eye contact with you. and everything disappears around them. The eye contact is so strong. It's like magical, okay? The time stands still, how the world around them stands still, okay? And all they see is you. Okay, but again, it has something to do with a door, you walking through a door. Okay, let's get a few more cards. What is pile number 2's future spouse's fantasies when it comes to pile number 2? What do they fantasize about? For some of you guys, I also feel like your true love and your future spouse is definitely a person who, your future spouse is very nostalgic, pile number 2, because I pick up they also fantasize about like having pictures of Christmas, having pictures of Thanksgiving, kind of like where you have like pictures of every holiday together, or you guys take like couple pictures together. You know how I'm being brought to people who take pictures from the 90s. Okay, so they could be fantasizing about like how they want to have a photo shooting with you. I'm telling you, they want to have a photo shooting with you, like a maternity photo shooting, or like a photo shooting with you and them by the beach and a baby, kind of like A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, right? Where they had like a photo shooting by the beach. Yes, that's what I'm being brought to. You see where I'm coming from? That's the vibe. So they could be fantasizing about like a photo shooting, or like pictures, or having like a photo album of all your holidays and all your of all your holidays and stuff like that. That's what I'm picking up here. This could be a person, maybe they didn't have, maybe their parents didn't take many pictures of them, and that's why they have the strong urge to take a lot of pictures of their wife, their husband, their children and stuff like that. Your future spouse could be very nostalgic, like they want to show their grandkids like the pictures of you guys when you were younger, or something like that. Something about pictures, taking pictures by the beach, okay? Like the whole family's by the beach and taking pictures, or you guys are taking pictures together, kind of like a 90s type of vibe, or whatever kind of time you are into. Okay, it could be the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s type of style, kind of like a photo shoot that is like that, is what I'm picking up here, okay? Because in the card you can see he's like taking pictures, okay? Father Sophia, oh my god, Father Sophia, I'm being brought to the TV show Valeria. Oh, okay, for some of you guys, if your spouse is an artist, okay, and they fantasize about like how they're so in love with you that they start to write music about you, that they start to create art, that they start to draw you and paint you, or use your voice in their song, or how they start to, I don't know, like allow you to paint on their painting, and kind of like your energy is in their painting, or your energy is in their project. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up here, okay? For some of you guys, if your future spouse could be like fantasizing about a couple channel, not for everybody and their mom, okay? They could be fantasizing about a couple channel, or they could be fantasizing about like going viral with you. For some reason, I'm picking that up here, okay? Kind of like where you guys are like, you guys go viral together, or something about where you guys work on a project together. For some of you guys, they fantasize about having a business with you, okay? Owning a business, having a business with you, owning a coffee shop with you, owning a bar with you, okay? I'm hearing owning a hotel, an Airbnb with you. That's what I'm picking up here. For some of you guys, your future spouse fantasizes about running a business with their future spouse. That's what I'm picking up here very strongly, okay? And then they give that business to their children. I feel like your future spouse thinks very like far into the future. They think about like generations, and like they think very far, okay? Is what I'm picking up here. Yeah, for some of you guys, they could be fantasizing about yeah, that's what I'm picking up here too. They fantasize about like opening something up with you, like opening up like a website with you, or something like that, okay? Or that you help them with pictures, or that you help them with creating their art, is what I'm picking up here too. You help them to take pictures of whatever they create and whatever they do, okay? Let's see, what does pile number 2's future spouse fantasize about? Oh wow, look at that. It says this connection must be protected. I told you. Okay. For some of you guys, if your future spouse is a dark masculine, and you could be like, you could be exploring your dark feminine energy, or you always were in your dark feminine energy. And when I say dark feminine energy, some people express their dark feminine energy in the way that they dress, meaning dark eyes, dark hair, dark makeup, wild hair, dark clothing, you know, rebellious clothing, provocative clothing, a little bit edgy, a little bit grungy, you know, that's like dark feminine aesthetic. But you can also be a light feminine when the way that you dress, but your personality is dark feminine, talking about being super rebellious, breaking norms, breaking rules, being outspoken, being ready to go to war, to stand for something, being ready to you know, like protect people, being ready to rebel, being ready to go against the bully, to protect people. You know, that's the type of vibe from a dark feminine or a dark masculine energy. Okay, but I feel like if you just pose, this could be, they could have fantasies of you guys like rebelling together, like you guys like breaking all the rules and, you know, like doing things that are against society's norms, against society's standards, you know. For example, homeschooling your children. I don't know why I picked it up, it's so far in the future, but they could be fantasizing about like growing your own food, homeschooling your children. They could be fantasizing about I picked that up so strongly. Okay, that's what they fantasize about. They could also fantasize about, like, again, retiring earlier than usual. Something about where you guys are like a very unusual couple, or you guys are rebelling, you know, you guys are like riding on a motorbicycle, you know, like yeah, do you know what I'm being brought to? I'm being brought to the movie In Time. That's what I'm being brought to. That's what they fantasize about. Watch the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake. That's literally what they fantasize about, like what the energy between the two of you will be. Okay, yeah, kind of like where you guys just escape. For example, you guys leave a city behind, you know, and you don't tell anybody where you guys are at, you know, like maybe they want to leave toxic family behind, you know, and they think about like just leaving toxic family behind, or leaving like a toxic job with you, quitting together, quitting a job with you, you know, like a toxic job, like you both, you know, like go make a business, like you both are getting a business or like a project off the ground, and then you like quit your job together, like here are my fucking keys, you know, like you will never ever see me in this motherfucking bitch again, you know, like yeah, how you guys like both are just rebelling. For example, for others of you, it could be a completely different energy. For example, where you're both like very for example, rebelling against society's norms or standards could also be like everybody wants a big car and stuff like that, but you both are very like down to earth. Instead of driving around with a car that creates smog, you guys want to drive in the city with a bike. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's kind of like rebelling, something about like rebelling against society. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Running away, you know, leaving toxic energy behind, leaving toxic people behind, leaving toxic family behind. Okay, maybe even like moving to the countryside, maybe even moving away from the city for some of you guys, not for all of you. Okay, is what I'm picking up here too. Let's see, does pie number 2 street just was fantasize about when I think of pie number 2? Yeah, look at that. Listen, I cannot make this up. Look at that. What is that? It's a door again. I cannot make this up. They keep looking at a door and they think you're about to come into that door, and they could actually be manifesting that because they think about it so much. They could be manifesting that you walk through that door, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, for some of you guys, I'm also seeing them fantasizing about like how you guys are getting ready for a date, and they just watch you. They watch you how you put your lipstick on. They watch you how you put your clothing on. They could fantasize how you stand in front of a vanity and you put your clothing on, how you put perfume on. Okay, and they just watch you. They're already done and they just watch you getting ready, you know, and like getting ready to look beautiful for them, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up here. Oh, do you know what they also fantasize about? They fantasize about like how you post that you got engaged. So how you show everybody, yeah, that's my man, that's the ring that he bought me. Okay, or the other way around. If you are like a masculine, she's like thinking about like, oh my god, showing everybody like her ring, you know, is what I'm picking up here too. Like, yes, I'm engaged. He asked me. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here too. Look at that, it's so funny. For some of you guys, they do fantasize about getting wealthy with you. Okay, I'm hearing get rich or die trying. So for some of you guys, they fantasize about like a rags to riches story with you, kind of like where you start from the bottom and then you manifest so much money and you swim in money and like there's so much money on your bank accounts together is what I'm picking up here. Okay, and you guys could actually end up like owning real estate together, owning property, owning land together is what I'm picking up here too. So the door could also have something to do with real estate, not for everybody. Okay, they could want to own a hotel or an Airbnb or like or something like that. Okay, or they could fantasize about owning a home, like where you don't have to pay any rent. Do you know what I mean? Okay, let's see, what does pile number two futures was fantasizing about when it comes to pile number 2? What do they fantasize about? What are their fantasies? Let's get one more key. Let's get one more card here. There's also something, I feel like they fantasize about having like a candlelight dinner with you and there's like a red candle in the middle between the two of you. Okay. So I do feel like they fantasize about like a romantic date where there's like candles and stuff like that. Okay. Let's see. This pile number 2 just does fantasize about when I think about pile number 2. Yeah, look at that. It says shoulder to crayon. Lay your head on my shoulders. Okay. I also feel like they fantasize about how you're clingy. So, I feel like if you just fantasizes about how you're clingy. So when they fantasize about you, they fantasize about like you like reaching out to them, like give me a kiss. You know, do you see that? Do you see how he's doing that to her? Like, give me a kiss, give me a hug. So they fantasize about how you say, give me a kiss, give me a hug. You know, kind of like how you maybe have like a clingy day where you want to be kissed by them all the time and you want to be hugged by them all the time and you're like, give me a kiss, give me a hug. Or how you just like do it like this, or kind of like how you blow them a kiss is what I'm seeing here too. Okay. Others of you, I'm also picking up the energy here. They might fantasize about like how they meet you and you are the reason why they have this brilliant idea that is going to bring success to them. So they fantasize about like talking to you and being all lovey-dovey, and in the moment when they look into your eyes, they have like this golden idea that is going to bring like a lot of wealth and a lot of success to them, but it is because of you. Okay, I have like this light bulb moment. They either have this light bulb moment about life or they have this light bulb moment about their career or their purpose. So this person could feel like they don't really know what their purpose is, and their soul is telling them, I feel like I will know what my purpose is when I meet my true love and my future spouse. And they might actually be right about that, like, or maybe like the next chapter of their purpose could be revealed to them through like love, like their intuition is telling that to them. So they could be like fantasizing about how they look at you and all their life, like their whole life makes sense, and like all of a sudden they know what their purpose is, and you know, is what I'm picking up here. Let's see, what is pile number 2's future spouse's fantasies about pile number 2, the wealthy couple? It came out again, I'm telling you. They fantasize about swimming in money with you. Okay, they fantasize about, like, for some of you guys, they could be fantasizing about, yeah, they could be fantasizing about getting so much money that they can buy you a house, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, let's get a few more cards here. What does pile number 2's future spouse fantasize? What does pile number 2's future spouse fantasize about when they think about pile number 2? Okay, for some of you guys, there's also something about healthy eating. I don't know what this is, but I see a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables here. So this could be kind of like, I don't know, this person could be a cook. They could be wanting to grow a garden or something like that. And they fantasize about how you help them to grow a garden or how you cook together is what I'm picking up here. For others of you, they could be very health conscious. So they could be fantasizing about making smoothies with you in the morning, or how you both go to a fruit market and get fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, how you grow super old because you're super kind of like a fit couple at old age. I'm telling you, for some very peculiar reason, your future spouse, first of all, they think about forever, okay? But second of all, they also think about like very old age. Like they think about like super like in the future is what I'm picking up here, okay? So they could also be fantasizing about, because I see a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables here. So I feel like they could be fantasizing about like you going, like where you guys go on a picnic. Okay, they fantasize about how you make lunch for them and it's like the best lunch ever, and then they go to work or whatever and their, you know, coworkers are asking them like, damn, your food looks good, and then they say like, yeah, that was my wife, that was my husband. Okay, so they could also be fantasizing about like trad wife, trad husband type of energy. Not for everybody, okay, especially if you don't like it, don't take that, but they fantasize about like how you make them food and they go to work or whatever, and they can say like, yeah, my girlfriend made this food for me, my husband made this food for me, or how they want to cook for you, and then you tell everybody, yeah, my husband, my wife, or like my boyfriend, my girlfriend made that food for me, like he cooked or he baked for me, you know, or he's the best cook ever, he's the best chef ever, she's the best cook ever. Okay, or something about they do fantasize about like how you make them breakfast and it's like amazing. It's like, oh, you know, like they wake up to like a breakfast in bed, or they wake up to like a table full of food, or you already went to the bakery store and you already got like fresh croissants and you already made like breakfast for them or whatever. But I feel like kind of like a healthy breakfast, to be honest with you. There's something about health here. Okay, they could be fantasizing about like being on a health journey with you, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, so they could be fantasizing about being on a health journey with you. Okay, so for some of you guys, they could be fantasizing about like, oh my god, I cannot wait to be in the gym with my baby. I cannot wait to drink my protein shake in the morning with my baby and we go to the gym together. Or I cannot wait to go to the fruit market, you know. This could also be a foodie for some of you guys. Maybe your future spouse is a foodie or you are a foodie. So this could also be about, I cannot wait to go to street markets, to food markets with my true love and my future spouse to try different food or whatever. Okay, is what I'm picking up here too. For others of you, there could be something going on with horse riding. Not for everybody and their mama. Okay. Yeah, I'm picking up farm energy. Especially, yeah, for others of you, they want to go on a vacation where you guys are like, because I'm being brought to, for example, the country that I come from, you can actually ride horses on a beach because we have a horse here. So for some of you guys, they could be fantasizing. I'm picking up, I keep picking this up. They could be fantasizing about riding a bike with you throughout the city because they love bike riding, or kind of like a motorcycle, like driving with a motorcycle through the city. Yes, I picked that up so strongly. Okay, kind of like where you go on like a long road trip, or like where you are on a road and it's like meadow and you see horses and cows and stuff like that, but you guys are like on a motorcycle, or you guys are on a bike, is what I'm picking up here. And then you might go like picnicking there, and you have like a basket full of like the yummiest food ever, and you either made it for them or they made the food for you. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. For others of you, I'm seeing horse riding by the beach, or I'm seeing horse riding on a meadow. Okay, something about a farm, a meadow, is what I'm seeing. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on a grassland side by side. So they could be, I don't know if they want to travel to the countryside with you, okay, or if they actually want to live in on the countryside with you at some point, kind of like far away from the city. Okay, for others of you, it's about like a trip, like a very healing trip to like a countryside, is what I'm picking up here too. They could be feeling like they need a trip to a farm, or to like a countryside. It's going to be very healing for them, and like, why not be there with the love of your life? You know what I mean? That's what they could be like fantasizing about, is what I'm picking up here too. For others of you, I'm seeing like something about horse riding by a beach, or something like that. Okay, let's see. What is pile number 2's future spouse fantasizing about when they fantasize about pile number 2? It says, I love watching you in your power. Yeah, they fantasize about being a power couple with you. How you both make it out of the rat race. How you both make it out of the hustle and bustle, you know, is what I'm picking up. How you both kind of like accumulate money or wealth together, and then you put it together to create like something huge, or to purchase something huge. They fantasize about manifesting the impossible with you, like things. Yeah, that's also what the rebellion energy is about. They fantasize about like manifesting their wildest dreams, like with their true love and their future spouse. They fantasize about, like, again, something about where you manifest like big money, to be honest with you, or kind of like a very untraditional lifestyle. Okay, something about they fantasize about manifesting something that people say is impossible with you. So they don't want to get to the top alone, they want to get to the top with you. Okay, so I do feel like your true love and your future spouse, because some people, they want to get to the top first and then manifest love. I feel like your future spouse might be the person they want to make it kind of like where you both know each other when you have nothing, and then you both come into wealth together, or you both come into like a good lifestyle, or like a abundant lifestyle together. Okay, kind of like a ride or die, or kind of like where you were there from day one, from scratch. Okay, that you don't meet them when they are at top, but you meet them, oh my god, that you don't meet them when they are on top, but you meet them when they are maybe in the middle of manifesting, and you say to them, I believe in you, I believe in your vision, you can make it. If not you, who would make it happen? Like, you're the man, you're the guy, you know? Yeah, so they fantasize about how you say, I believe in you, I believe in your dreams, I believe in your visions, you know, like, we can make it happen. Fuck everybody's opinion, fuck everybody and their mama. You can make it happen, you know? Kind of like they fantasize about how you give them a pep talk. Okay, kind of like you give them such a pep talk that they feel like hyped up, that they feel like ready to conquer the world, ready to make big things happen, ready to make big moves. Okay, ooh, that's cute. Okay, let me get one last card here. Let's see if there's anything else that is coming through. Okay. Okay, for some of you guys, I'm also seeing here, they might be fantasizing about how you cuss people out. Kind of like, for some of you guys, they could be fantasizing about like how nobody believes in them but you, and then they make it. Okay, and like, my wife, my girl, my man always believed in me. Like, nobody believed in me but her. Nobody believed in me but him. You know, these are like, that's what their fantasies are. Okay, let's see. What are pile number 2's future spouse's fantasies when it comes to pile number 2? Yeah. It says, ever since I met you, life has been crazy. Yeah, so they fantasize about like how you come into their life and life just gets crazy, or like you could be meeting them in the middle of like manifesting a huge project, like just a couple of weeks before something big is manifesting, like they meet you, and then, you know, they can celebrate with you. Okay, it's almost as I feel like they fantasize about manifesting something and then going on a road trip, or then going on vacation to kind of like chill and relax, because they were hustling so much. They were like working all the time. Okay, so I do feel like they could be fantasizing about meeting you right before they manifest like huge success. And again, it could be that's how it's going to happen, like, because they fantasize about it, that's how it's going to happen. But it says, ever since I met you, life has been crazy. Okay, so they fantasize about going on crazy road trips, going on crazy like adventures. Okay, they fantasize about manifesting crazy success, and you are there to celebrate with them. Okay, I'm also hearing they fantasize about how you say, I'm proud of you, and you give them a hug. Okay, is what they fantasize about. Yeah, they could also be fantasizing about like taking the biggest, longest nap ever after they manifested something, and they want to kind of like take this nap with you, or they want to cuddle with you. Do you see where I'm coming from? They could feel like they want to have like a weekend getaway where they can just relax, because they have been in survival mode all the time, or they have been trying to manifest something for so long that they just, you know, they're gonna feel like super fatigued or super drained after they actually manifested it, and they just want to lay there and cuddle with you in the hotel or in their bed, or they want to have the longest sleep ever in their life. Okay, but you're next to them. Okay, one last card before we go to the extended. And again, in the extended, we're going to look at if we can find out what their sexual fantasies are with you right now. Okay, so let's see. Anything else for pile number 2? What is pile number 2's future spouse fantasizing about? Yeah, it says, I'm pausing my hustle for you. I told you guys. Okay. This is exactly what I was talking about. On number 2, they could also have like fantasies of holding a speech where they thank you. Kind of like, yeah, that's my baby. She's always been by my side, like from rags to riches. When I had nothing, he or she was there for me. You know, they could they could fantasize about like holding a speech, but kind of like where they thank you or appreciate you, or kind of like they fantasize about how you've been there for them from the start, and then they can give back to you, or they can return the favor by buying you a car or buying you a house, or like making one of your biggest wishes come true because you were there for them when they had nothing, or things didn't work out, or people didn't believe in them. That's the vibe that is coming through here. Okay, and they could also have like fantasies and daydreams about, you know, when they talk about like, how did you come up with that idea? And then they talk about, yeah, I met pile number 2 and everything changed, and like he or she inspired me so much, and then I had this idea, and then, you know, the rest is history. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, pile number 2. Now we're going to go into the spicy type of energy here. Okay, so we're going to look at what are your future spouses like sexy or like dirty daydreams or like fantasies of you. But there's also going to be a part 2. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, keep an eye out for that, or keep an eye out for the next future spouse reading just in general, in case you're new here. We're going to go to the extended now, and we're just going to look at what their sexual fantasies are. Okay, like what are like their wildest dreams when it comes to being sexy. But again, there's going to be a separate video on that once I got my oracle deck that I'm creating right now. Okay, so if you want to join me, the link is going to be down in the description box. If not, thank you for being here. I love you guys. I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile number 3. Welcome to your reading, guys. So as you can tell by the title, this is going to be a reading about, we're going to read your future spouse's mind today. Okay, so we're going to look at what are your future spouse's innocent daydreams. Okay, so what do they fantasize about when they fantasize about meeting the one, falling in love, marrying someone, feeling the magic, feeling the spark, having like a magical eye contact, you know, or whatever. Like when they fantasize, when they are by themselves, like laying in bed, or when they listen to love songs, like what kind of movie is playing in their head. And if you think about it, if they fantasize about meeting the one, falling in love, they actually fantasize about you. So we're going to look at what they fantasize about when it comes to you. What do they daydream about when it comes to you? What are like their fantasies looking like when they think of you, okay, or meeting you or something like that. Now this is going to be the innocent, clean version here on YouTube, but I'm going to do the dirtier version on Patreon. Okay, and I'm also going to do a part 2 to this reading once I finish creating my oracle deck. I'm in the process of creating an oracle deck, and as soon as it is done, I'm going to do a second part to this reading. Okay, well, as for anybody who's new, hello, welcome. My name is Cynthia, and if you are on your journey to manifest your true love in your future spouse, or maybe you recently have been feeling like you are about to meet the love of your life, you know, maybe, you know, you have been guided to this channel or this reading because you are close to meeting your future spouse, and you kind of like start to get downloads and you start to see signs about them. Okay, I'm here to keep you company. I'm here to keep you company on your journey to manifesting your true love in your future spouse, to meeting them, or just becoming the man or the woman that you're meant to become before you meet your future spouse. Okay, anyway, I already talked so much in the intro, so I just want to get into this reading. Okay, so if that sounds good to you, if that sounds like you are on this journey right now, I would be very happy to see you in the next future spouse pick a card reading, and you might want to subscribe. Okay, anyway, let me tap in. What are your future spouse's daydreams? Let's see. Okay, number 3. So the first thing that I'm picking up, let me actually show you the card. Okay, it says you will be meeting your future spouse within the next few weeks and months. So I pick up a strong energy of future spouses' daydreams or like fantasies about you when they lay in bed and they rub their chest, you know. I don't know why I'm so descriptive today. Okay. I feel like they're fantasizing about, I almost want to say they might be fantasizing about meeting you within the next few weeks and months, kind of like where they fantasize about like how they meet you before the year is ending. So because the funny part is I think yesterday or the day before, I was actually Googling the word few, kind of like what does few months mean? And it said 3 to 5 months. So few months would be 3 to 5 months because 6 months, it's half a year. So you wouldn't say a few, right? So, and if you think about it, we are in July right now. And if you would count 5 months, it would be the end of this year. So for some of you guys, I feel like your true love and your spouse is fantasizing about, or their daydream is about kind of like how they meet you before this year is ending, or something about, they could be, oh my gosh, yes. They could be fantasizing about like meeting the one, or meeting their true love, meeting their future spouse before the year is ending, or within the next few weeks, within the next few months, okay? Something about, I pick up a strong energy here now that I really think about it, because we also have the card here, hippie love. Let me actually show you the cards a little bit here. We have the card here, hippie love, and if you look in the background, you can see like a firework here, right? We also have the card here, you will be meeting your future spouse within the next few weeks and months. Okay, but now that I think about it, we are in July, and if you count 5 months, that would be December. And then if you look at this card right here, this looks like a firework. And if you think about fireworks energy, to me this feels like New Year's Eve. So your future spouse could be fantasizing about like ending this year with you, or kind of like meeting their true love and their future spouse, or being with their true love and their future spouse by the end of this year. Or they could be fantasizing about like New Year's Eve, kind of like where they always dreamed of celebrating New Year's Eve with their true love and their future spouse, kind of like kissing someone into the next year, or maybe even like traveling for New Year's Eve. Maybe they feel like the last couple of New Year's Eves that they had were not the best. I don't know, maybe they feel very emotional around New Year's Eve, or maybe their last New Year's Eve was a disaster. Maybe they, you know what I mean, kind of like where they fantasize about like watching the fireworks with you on New Year's Eve and kissing you into the new year, like Happy New Year, and then they kiss you and it's like the new year or something like that. That's the vibe that is coming through here. Okay, they could also be like fantasizing about again, traveling with you around New Year's Eve. Maybe they feel like, for example, maybe they live in a country that is kind of cold or kind of bland, or you know, they could be fantasizing about like you know, traveling around festive season, around Christmas, New Year's Eve, like traveling to a different country, for example, kissing in Paris, kissing you into the new year in Paris, in Italy, you know, in front of the Eiffel Tower, in front of this, in front of that, you know. I'm also hearing for some of you guys, I'm going to be honest, for some of you guys, if your spouse is fantasizing about traveling with you to like an Asian country, I'm hearing Japan or Tokyo. Okay. So for some of you guys, if your spouse could really like Asian culture or Asian countries, or they might be into anime, but I just heard Tokyo. So they could be fantasizing, oh yeah, okay. Now I'm seeing it here, okay. They could be fantasizing about like walking with you through the city, but it's kind of like a super colorful, bright city. I'm actually seeing the music video LSD by A$AP Rocky. Okay, I'm gonna put it down in the description box. That's kind of like what they fantasize about. Because if you watch the music video, I think he is in an Asian country. It looks like Tokyo, or it looks like it also looks a little bit cyber-like. Okay, so they could really like just fantasize about like being with you in an Asian country, that kind of like where they always wanted to be, or travel to kind of like some type of Asian country or whatever. Or again, just like I'm seeing like a city, but it could also be New York. Like I'm seeing New York here, I'm seeing Paris, I'm seeing Tokyo, but I'm seeing like a super bright, colorful, like city, you know, and they just walk with you through the city, but it's around Christmas, it's around New Year's Eve or something like that. Or again, for others of you, it doesn't have to be Christmas or New Year's Eve. It could just mean like they feel like they they fantasize about meeting you this year, kind of like they fantasize about, oh, 2024 was the year where I met my true love and my future spouse. So they fantasize about how it's happening this year, okay, for some of you guys. So for some of you guys, it's about New Year's Eve and Christmas and like the festive season. For others of you, it's about how they fantasize about how it's happening this year, or for others of you, it could be both. Okay. That's the vibe that is coming through here, okay? Yeah, I do pick that up very strongly because when I looked at this card right here, I have to blur it out a little bit. That's the Ace of Wands. Yeah, they could be fantasizing about like celebrating New Year's Eve in a completely different way this year. Kind of like where they want to celebrate New Year's Eve in a completely different place with, you know, you, okay, because they could feel like New Year's Eve always looks the same to them or something like that, okay, or they just feel like what I'm picking up here, okay, with the Ace of Wands, if you look at it, you can also see a chimney, okay. I'm seeing so many things here, guys. Now I'm seeing the song Keep Their Heads Ringing. It's a song by Dr. Dre, ring ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong. But the music video is funny because I think the music video is from the movie Thank God It's Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, I think. And in the music video, because I'm hearing before Santa comes down the chimney, that's what Dr. Dre says in the song. And now I'm seeing the music video and they're kind of like, yeah, they are running away from police. Like in the music video, they're kind of like escaping. Yeah, they're kind of like escaping from some type of like police, like and then they're driving to like an airport and they're just like flying away, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up here. Yeah, they fantasize about traveling with you and just escaping, okay. They want to escape around Christmas or New Year's Eve, or again they just feel like it has something to do with like festive season. I'm seeing Christmas, I'm seeing like New Year's Eve or something like that, because again the chimney, okay, they could also be fantasizing for some of you guys. Yeah, I'm picking up for some of you guys, they fantasize about going to a warm country with you in summer, like in winter season, kind of like when it's getting cold and stuff like that. And then you just pack your stuff and leave and you are like in a sunny country, even though it's super cold where you are at, okay, is what I'm picking up here for some of you guys. For others of you, what I'm picking up here also is, for some of you guys, your true love and your future spouse, they have a fantasy of you being very cheeky, kind of like where you like to stick your tongue out, for example, okay. I might be describing you, okay. Now listen, for some of you guys, this is your future spouse's personality, okay. And if that personality that I'm about to describe sounds like you, then that's how they fantasize about you. They fantasize about a woman that is like that, or a man that is like that, but it's kind of you. Do you know what I mean? So they fantasize about, ooh, you know, that sexy lady, that sexy guy that has this character, but they fantasize about you, you know. And for others of you, this could be how your future spouse is, okay. So listen, I pick up a strong energy here. They could be fantasizing about someone who is very like flirty, and someone who is very cheeky, kind of like a cheeky grin, or when you stick your tongue out, kind of like are you teasing me? And you're like, you know, kind of like where you're kind of like an energy where someone is like teasing, like they stick their tongue out, or kind of like they wink, kind of like where for example they ask you a question like, and you don't want to answer straightforward, and you're like, I'm going to tell you that the next time we see each other, and then you wink at him or her, okay. They fantasize about how you're super cheeky, kind of like you have a super cheeky grin, or kind of like you're super goofy, or you wink at them, or you stick your tongue out to tease them, or kind of like something like that is what I'm picking up here, okay. Yeah, kind of like how you're super cheeky, or you have like a very like cheeky grin, kind of like you know exactly what you're doing, or you know exactly that you are like seducing them, okay, or something like that, or you know exactly, yeah, I'm hearing you know exactly what you do to me is what I'm hearing, okay. Or something about, they fantasize about like how you drive them crazy, and you're kind of like, we have like a very playful energy is what I'm picking up here, okay. Kind of like, even for example, if you start to tickle them, or kind of like you say, come and catch me, you know, and then you run away, you know, like, or something like that. This could be metaphorically speaking or literally, okay. Or that's how they kind of like fantasize about you, kind of like where they have to like catch you. Yeah, I'm picking up like a Tom and Jerry, like a hide and seek, like that vibe, that energy, okay? But it's kind of like you're playful with them, or kind of like how you're mysterious and you always speak in tongues, and it's kind of like a riddle. For example, they ask you how your day was, and you say something and it could mean two things, kind of like where you're kind of ambiguous, or you make like ambiguous jokes, you know, like, did you mean it in a sexual way, or what did you mean by that? Kind of like they fantasize about how they have to figure you out, you know, how you're super cheeky, or you wink at them, okay, or how you smile a lot, how you crack a lot of jokes is what I'm picking up here. I feel like they fantasize about like your very bright smile, or again, kind of like you sticking the tongue out, like or like something like that, just like in this picture right here, okay? Now, if this doesn't sound like you, this could be your future spouse's energy. That's how they are. So they could be the type of person to give somebody a wink, you know. They're the type of person to give somebody a cheeky grin, or to, I don't know, like lick their lips to show you that they like you, okay? So they could also be fantasizing about how they seduce you, how they wink at you and you melt, or you start blushing, okay? And then they know, oh, you know, I got her in the bag, or something like that, okay? Something about it's either them who's cheeky, okay, or how they make like ambiguous jokes, okay? And you're asking them like, what did you mean? And then he or she's like, oh, nothing, you know, don't worry about it. Or did you say something? And you know, and then they say like, no, I didn't say anything, even though they did. You know what I mean? So they could also be like fantasizing about like how you fall in love with them and with their cheeky grin, okay? How they can like see how you blush, or how you get like shy or whatever, or something along those lines is what I'm picking up. If others of you might both be cheeky, okay? They could also fantasize about how you're both like super cheeky, how you're both how can I explain that energy? How you both are trying to figure each other out, you know, like you post something and they think about what it means, and they post something and you think about what it means, okay? Something like that is what I'm picking up here, okay? Or how you're, yeah, kind of like how you're both playing, you're both mysterious to each other, yeah. So they could be fantasizing about, you could be my pal, where I talked about masks. In the last Future Spouse Pick a Card reading, I talked about like two people wearing a mask, but this is more like in a playful, fun way. This is more like in a playful, fun way, okay? They could be fantasizing about, again, metaphorically speaking, two people wearing a mask, kind of like where they're trying to figure out what your name is, and they have to kind of like find you or something like that. It's just their fantasy, okay? For example, they see you somewhere, just like in Cinderella, right? Oh, bitch, yes, that's what it is. Just like in Cinderella, where they're like dancing, and you know, he doesn't know who Cinderella is, he doesn't know her name, and then she's running away and she's losing a shoe, and then he has to find her again, okay? So they could be fantasizing, again, for some of you guys, this might be the situation because your future spouse already saw you somewhere and they already have a crush on you and they're trying to find you again, okay? So for some of you guys, it could be literally because your future spouse is a secret admirer and they're trying to find you again, okay? Or they're trying to kind of like bump into you or see you again because they saw you at whatever, at a grocery store 2 weeks ago, okay? For some of you guys, it could be literally what's happening. For others of you, this could be a future scenario, and for some of you guys, it's like their fantasy, okay? But they could be fantasizing about like, I don't know, how you kind of like how you guys meet and they don't know your name and you don't know their name, and then you're both very mysterious about each other, kind of like you're not easy to, you don't easily say who you are, or they only see like half of your face because you're wearing a hat, or kind of like they don't know your name, or they see you from afar and they wonder what your name is, okay? Or yeah, or something about where they only hear your voice and then they turn around, you know, and then they kind of like think about like, who is this beautiful, like who does this beautiful voice belong to? Do you know what I mean? Kind of like a mysterious vibe. They fantasize about like how they have to find you again. I don't know why, okay? They fantasize about how they have to find you again, or they fantasize about like running into you again. Okay, they could also be fantasizing about like destiny and fate, kind of like how you guys are meeting, and maybe you both don't exchange numbers or whatever, and then you guys meet again, kind of like it's almost destiny and fate, kind of like they could be fantasizing how fate and destiny brings you guys together again and again, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, or something along those lines is what I'm picking up here. Okay, or again, something about where they have to find you, and I don't really know what that means. It's just like I'm being brought to like the Cinderella kind of type of situation, kind of like where they meet you once, and then for some reason you couldn't exchange numbers, or for some reason you didn't tell each other too much about each other, and then they wonder like, who's this girl, like what does she do for a living, or like what is her favorite color, you know, like, do you know what I mean? That's the vibe that is coming through here. Yeah, kind of like where you are like mysterious and it's not easy for you to find them, it's not easy for them to find you, is what I'm picking up here. I don't know why. Like I could be picking up the energy of like what is already going on, okay, or what will happen. So their fantasy could actually be like a future scenario. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, I don't know, they fantasize about like this type of Cinderella type of situation where she's running away and she loses a shoe and he has to figure out where she lives and, you know, where she's from and her name and everything. Okay, something like that is what I'm picking up here. They could also be fantasizing about literally like, I feel like they do fantasize about how they meet you though. If we think about it, right, the way I just described it, it's kind of like how you guys are meeting, right? So they fantasize about like a mysterious meeting, a mysterious lady, a mysterious gentleman, you know, and for whatever reason, something is coming in the way that you guys cannot tell each other, hey, my name is so-and-so, or you run away because you have to get the train, and then maybe you lose like, yeah, oh my god, I'm telling you, maybe you lose like something, and you run into the train or you run to your bus, and then they, you know, like have to contact you to give you something back, you know. Yeah, something, it's almost, I don't know how to explain that energy. It's almost as if they do fantasize about like a destined meeting, how it feels like destiny, you know, where the first time around something is in the middle, and then the second time around like everything works out perfectly, or everything is like perfect. Okay, but if you think about Cinderella, he was looking for her everywhere. Okay, they could also be just fantasizing about meeting a man or a woman that makes them feel like they're looking for this person everywhere. Do you see where I'm coming from? They fantasize about like meeting this man, this woman with just you, and they cannot forget your face, and they cannot forget like your scent and your perfume, and they cannot forget your voice, you know, and they look for you everywhere in the city. Again, I don't really know why. Again, they could just have a download. That's literally how it's gonna happen. Okay, but that's what they fantasize about. But the reason why they fantasize about that is because they want to know that this love is destined. That's what I'm picking up here. Kind of like where they want to know that a love is destined. I'm hearing, do you think the universe fights for two souls to be together? So they fantasize about how the universe is fighting for two souls to be together, how the universe is conspiring for two souls to come together, how there's like angels and like spirits that want two people to be together, how it's destined by the universe, how it's destined by God. Okay, damn. I think that's the reason why they fantasize about all of that. Okay, so it's not about like, their energy doesn't feel like, oh, they want a runner chaser type of dynamic. They want to know that this is destined, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, they could feel like in the past relationship that they were at, like their last relationship didn't feel destined, or their last relationship didn't feel magical, their last relationship did not feel I'm hearing, yeah, their last relationship didn't feel magical, they didn't feel a spark, so they fantasize about it. Do you see where I'm coming from? Like only one look in the face, and like you can never forget this person, or like how your scent is lingering, how your voice is lingering, you know. It's almost as if they want to fall. They do, I feel like they believe, they fantasize about love at first sight, or like how you meet someone and you cannot forget them and you look for them everywhere, and then the universe makes you meet again, and again, you know, until it finally works out or something like that, is what I'm picking up here. Kind of like almost as if the universe is testing the relationship or testing the connection, or they could be fantasizing about like telepathy, how you both end up in the same place because of telepathy, because yeah, that's what I'm picking up here, okay? I'm telling you. This person, what I'm hearing, fuck normal, I want magic. This person, your future spouse fantasizes about how it's magical. Because I feel like they could have been in a relationship before and it didn't feel magical, or it didn't feel like it was destined by God. Almost as if they need a sign from God or the universe that a relationship is destined, to make them feel like they can trust, or they can open their heart. That's the vibe. Pile number 3, it's almost as if their last relationship felt like was not meant to be. So for some of you guys, your future spouse, the reason why they have these daydreams is because their last relationship almost felt like it was not meant to be. There were so many like difficulties, and so many, maybe certain family members didn't like their partner, which they wouldn't give a shit about, but there was like so many things that were working against this connection, or there were so many things that predicted that the connection would not work. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's kind of like they could have like a trauma, or kind of like a scar, where they feel like it almost felt like the universe was against this connection. Do you know what I mean? Or kind of like, you know, if the connection is meant to be, why is it so hard? Why is the universe putting so many like obstacles in this connection if this connection is meant to be? So they could have some type of scar, or again, they could have maybe found their way to spirituality the last couple of months and years, and they realized like, yeah, they could realize like if something is meant to be, that you know, it wouldn't be so hard, is what I'm picking up here, okay? So yeah, they could just feel like that's the reason why they have these daydreams. It will almost tap into your future spouse's psyche, because yeah, I feel like their last relationship was like one obstacle after the other, or it almost felt like, you know, the universe warned them not to be with this person. Or do you know what I mean? They feel like in hindsight there were so many like signs and synchronicities that warned them of this person, but they did not listen. So now they want to experience the opposite, where everything is like divine and like sparks, and like the universe wants two people to be together. Do you know what I mean? That's the vibe that is coming through here, okay? For some of you guys, I also pick up this energy here. They could be fantasizing about how you are like again, like a very funny person, or you make nasty jokes, is what I'm picking up here, okay? Or again, if you know you're not the type of person to make nasty jokes and stuff like that, they could be fantasizing about how they make nasty jokes, and they hear your giggle, they hear your smile, they hear your laugh, and like they can see in your smile that you're falling in love with them. That's kind of like their fantasy. And I literally just saw a spark, like, I don't know, it looked like glitter. Okay, that's the vibe that is coming through here, okay? They fantasize, yeah, I also pick up this energy here. They fantasize about how you make them laugh to the point where they cry or choke on their food, or they spit their drink out or something like that. But the funny part is almost as if how you make them laugh in a moment where they feel like crying, okay? So they could be fantasizing about like how you make them like laugh in a moment where they feel like crying. So you crack like a joke and they spit out their food, or they're in tears, like the tears are running down their cheeks or something like that, okay? But in a moment where they actually feel like shit, that you make them laugh so hard, in a moment where they feel like shit, or again the other way around, they fantasize about like how you fall in love with them and their jokes, like how they make you laugh all the time and you're like in love with them, or like, I don't know, how they, when you're crying, how they say a joke and they can instantly make you smile, kind of like almost as if they feel like they have the power to make you smile and make you giggle like no one else, you know? That could be something that they fantasize about, is what I'm picking up here, okay? If you know you're not the type of person to make jokes or to be funny or goofy, then it could be your future spouse, okay? But if you know you're the funny, goofy type, they could be fantasizing about how you do this to them, is what I'm picking up here, okay? Yeah, because the card says you nasty. Okay, so yeah, they fantasize about, we're gonna talk about the nasty stuff on Patreon, but yeah, they could be fantasizing about like how you make nasty jokes that turn them on, okay? Or yeah, I don't want to talk too much about it, okay? I don't want to talk too much about it because that's not for here, that's for Patreon. And also keep an eye out for part 2, because then I'm gonna, you know, tap into the more sensual stuff. But yeah, That's what they could be fantasizing about, okay? How you make like nasty jokes, or how you make ambiguous jokes, and they have to figure out what you mean, you know, like, was it in a nasty way? Was it not? Okay. They could be fantasizing about seeing you at the post office. I do not know why. This could be a person, I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. For some of you guys, your future spouse could be maybe working with delivery or in the delivery type of industry. Okay, so they could be working, they could be a mailman or a delivery man, not for everybody. Okay, they could be working at the post office, and that's why they fantasize the most about you, you know, when they are at work, delivering mail, delivering a package. Yeah, for some of you guys, there could be also another thing. They could be fantasizing about how they deliver a package or a mail. And you open the door and it's like instant love, okay? But this is just for a few of you. Is what I'm picking up here. Fathers of you. Oh, I'm also hearing a love letter. So they could be fantasizing about, like, yeah, the type of love where you write each other love letters, okay? For some of you guys. Or, yeah, they could be fantasizing about hearing, if I wrote you a love letter, would you write back? Okay. So for some of you guys, I'm hearing they wrote a love letter to someone and that person did not reciprocate. So they could be fantasizing about how they write a love letter and they get a love letter back. It's kind of like healing their inner child is what I'm just hearing, okay, for some of you guys. Or they could be literally doing that, like writing a love letter, not for everybody. Because for some of you guys, the future spouse could be poetic and they're going to write you a love letter is what I'm picking up here, okay. Another thing that I'm picking up here is they fantasize about, like, if they are masculine, or for example, if you are, for example, gay and you're looking for a guy, maybe he's the more masculine type in the connection. Or if you are a female, maybe, you know, the person that you're looking for could be more the masculine type. Like, even if she's female, but she's going to be a lot more masculine than you. They could also be fantasizing about, like, how they carry you. Do you see that? Kind of like how they are so strong, and they have, like, yeah, I feel like your future spouse could also daydream about you, like in the gym, kind of like where they are like super muscular, and then they can carry you, and like they can carry you for an hour, or they can carry you like where they carry you on their shoulders, okay, or something about piggyback riding, okay. They could be fantasizing about like how they're super muscular and they have muscles to like carry you like on their shoulders or something like that, okay. They could be literally fantasizing about like being at a concert and like putting you on their shoulders so that you can see. But I feel like it's more so about like how you, yeah, I'm hearing, can I be honest with you? I also see like how they fantasize they fantasize about like you touching their like biceps. I do feel like if your spouse goes to the gym, okay, they could be starting to go to the gym right now, or they already have been going to the gym. I don't know why I find it so funny. They fantasize about, I don't know. Anyway, I'm starting to blush. They fantasize about like how you touch their arm and you're like, oh my god, it's so big, or like, oh my god, you're so muscular. They fantasize about how you see them as Hercules is what I'm hearing, okay. Yeah, they fantasize about like how they're like, how their energy is like Hercules, you know, like how you see them as like an Adonis, like a god, like a Hercules, you know, that is like able to carry you and that is able to like, I don't know, carry you home or whatever, you know, when your feet are hurting. Oh my god, it's so cute. I can't. Anyway, yeah, that's the vibe that is coming through here, okay. Father Sophie, I'm also picking up the energy here. Yeah, and Father Sophie, if she's female, that could be something that she's like fantasizing about, like how you you know, carry her home, or for example when she's drunk, how you carry her to bed, you know, when her feet are hurting and stuff like that. Yeah, but I'm also being brought to, if you are masculine, let me see, what is that about? Someone here, your future spouse could also be, okay, if your future spouse is female, she fantasizes about kissing your neck or licking your neck or driving you crazy, like with kissing or licking your neck. Or she's the type of person to kind of like bite you out of nowhere, or lick you out of nowhere, or kind of like lick your cheek out of nowhere, or to, I don't know, lick your hand out of nowhere, or to bite your lip out of nowhere. That's her energy. She's very cheeky, in case you are masculine and you're looking for a female, or in case you are female looking for a female, okay. Actually, it doesn't matter, okay? But I've picked it up more with the female energy here, but for others of you, this could also be something that your future spouse fantasizes about, something, because I'm seeing something about the tongue, okay? They fantasize about like tongue, like, or how you lick them, kind of like how you're like so into them that you lick their neck and that you lick their fingers and stuff like that, and like that you bite them, you know those TikTok shorts when they say like when your man or your woman looks like a snack and then they bite into the arm and stuff and stuff like that. That's the vibe that is coming through here, okay? Another thing that I'm picking up here is we have the card, you handle my ugliness and I handle yours. So they could also, I'm telling you, I feel like they're muscular, okay? Or they could be on their way to becoming muscular. They could be like, for some of you guys, they're actually going to the gym right now and they actually want to become a little bit more muscular before they go back into the dating world, because they want to feel like a Hercules. They want to feel like an Adonis before they meet you. See what I mean? Okay, they want to feel strong is what I'm picking up here. Or they actually literally want to be able to carry you. Okay, or I don't know, for them it makes them feel like a man if they can carry their woman home, or like if they can carry their woman like up the stairs, like three to the third floor, or like, yeah, they fantasize about like being able to carry you like up a mountain, you know, like metaphorically speaking, you know, that makes them feel like a man is what I'm hearing, okay? There's something about a hack from the behind. A hack from behind. Why did I just say it like that? Yeah, so I feel like they could be fantasizing about like how you like hack them from behind, okay? Or something about like how they feel you on their back is what I'm picking up here. If you look at the, excuse me, if you look at the card right here, okay? So they fantasize about like how they hack you. Wait, how you hack them from behind, you know? And kind of like their back, like how you feel their back, or how they can feel your hair on their back, okay? Is what I'm picking up here, kind of like where they have like very broad shoulders or something like that, or how you just hack them from the back. Okay, for some of you guys, if you have a tattoo on the back, they could have like fantasized about a woman with a tattoo on her back, and that's why I pick up like the back area, okay? I'm also hearing the song, I'm bringing sexy back, yeah. Okay, but anyway, but with this card, you handle my ugliness and I handle yours, there could also be an energy where they fantasize about how they show you like their flaws, you know, how they, let me actually be honest with you guys, okay? So I had surgery on my chest a couple of years ago, and I remember how I told my friends, like, because I was very insecure about my chest area, and I told my then friends about like how I'm going to talk to my future spouse, and I'm going to tell my future spouse, listen, I'm not perfect, that's how my body looks, because I didn't have surgery yet back in the days, you know. So I already told myself like, okay, I want to have like a conversation with my future spouse where I show my naked body to him, like this is me, like I take all my clothes off. Okay, and this could be metaphorically speaking or literally, okay? So this could be literally where they just want to take their clothes off and they want to be in their birthday suit in front of you, like completely naked, and they want to say to you like, or they fantasize about like, maybe not literally like that, but that's just the energy that is surrounding it, you know? How they say like, hey, this is me, this is my flaw, you know, like, I don't know, I have, you know, I don't know, my 𝑑𝑖CK is not that big, or, you know, my boobs are not that this, and, you know, and this is me, you know, so if you don't like it, you can leave, but this is me in my full glory, and they stand in front of you completely naked, and how you like still want them, okay? So they could feel like they fantasize about exposing their flaws to you, kind of like, again, this could be literally how they take all their clothes off and they're like, hey, you know, this is my flaw, you know, this is who I am, this is my body, and, you know, like, if you don't like it, it's okay. That's what I'm hearing, okay? And then they fantasize about, like, I don't know, how you kiss it, how you know, like, still want them, how you still crave them, how you, like, I don't know, still bite your lip and still, you know, want to touch them and how you still crave them, you know, after they showed you their flaws. Okay, but this could also be like metaphorically speaking, where they could fantasize about having like a super honest conversation with their true love and their future spouse, kind of like, hey, I actually struggle with that. For example, when they say like, hey, I have mental health issues, sometimes I get anxiety or panic attacks, and I understand if you don't want to be with someone who has anxiety or panic attacks, you know, and how you look at them and tell them like, I'm not going anywhere. Who do you think I am? Yeah, they fantasize about like how you tell this person like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, why would I? Yeah, I'm hearing the song 21 Questions by 50 Cent, where he says, hold on. Would you poof? Oh, hold on. Let me look at the lyrics, okay? Because I'm hearing something in particular. So they could either be fantasizing about like having the most honest conversation ever, where they lay all their cards on the table, like, hey, I struggle with that, I have mental health issues and stuff like that, and you just look at them like with the same love, and your love doesn't change, and like you still crave them, you still find them sexy, and you still lick their fingers, and you still, you know, like give them a hickey on their neck, you know, after they told you like some type of flaw that they feel they have. Okay, let me see. They could also be fantasizing about a bonfire, you know, like sitting in front of a bonfire, having like a conversation in front of a bonfire. For some of you guys, especially if you tell me you like camping, there's a high chance that your future spouse also likes camping, because I'm seeing like camping and bonfire for some of you guys. For others of you, it's more like a festival, concert, New Year's Eve type of situation. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Okay. It says, girl, it's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me? Okay. It says, if I got locked up and sentenced to a quarter century, could I count on you to be there to support me mentally? Okay, if I went back to a hoopty from a band, would you poof and disappear like some of my friends? If I was hit and I was hurt, would you be by my side? If it was time to put in work, would you be down to ride? Okay, so they could be fantasizing about like how they're like, they have the most honest conversation with you. This is like a conversation that they don't have with other people. You know how when you like don't show your flaws to people, they just want to be naked in front of you. They want to, almost if this person wants to be like so naked in front of you, like again, literally their body, or they want to tell you everything from A to Z, all their flaws. Like, this is my flaw, this is my flaw, this is my flaw, this is my flaw. This is what you're getting into. Okay, and again, like, you just kiss them, or you just hug them, or I don't know, I don't know, there's kind of like the silence of like, I accept you, kind of like where there's silence and you just hug them and they just feel accepted by you. Okay, that's the vibe that is coming through here. Let's see, does pile number 3's true love is just what's fantasized about when I think about pile number 3. I'm a little bit like, yeah, see, it says, I cannot hide my lust. Eye contact and a lip bite, it's how she lets you know. They fantasize about how you bite your lip when you look at them, or like how they can see how much you crave them. Like there's a fire inside of your eyes. Like you look at them with like a fire, like I want you now, you know. That's what I'm picking up here, okay? It says eye contact and a lip bite, it's how she lets you know. Butterfly rising, yeah. They also fantasize about like having butterflies like in their stomach. I'm telling you, this person, they fantasize about being so in love, man. Okay, it says, I cannot hide my lust, yeah. Okay, so they fantasize about like how you both cannot hide the lust for each other. Okay. Let's see. Isn't it funny where I talked about like how they have to find you, kind of like a hide and seek type of situation? Then we have the I cannot hide my lust. Okay, let's get one more. What does pile number 3 just was fantasize about? And this right here in the background looks like a mountain, right? They could also be fantasizing about like going on a mountain trip with you. Okay, I'm also reading meditating on a mountain. I'm gonna be honest, that's what I just heard. So they could also be fantasizing about meditating with you on a mountain. For some of you guys, if your spouse is super spiritual, okay, so that's something that they could be fantasizing about. Okay. Kind of like they fantasize about like sitting with you on a mountain or sitting with you on the meadow and meditating is what I'm hearing. Okay, What does pile number 3 future spouse fantasize about when it comes to pile number 3? We have the Bachelor. Yeah, I'm telling you, they fantasize about like how you look at them. I'm telling you, they fantasize about how you look at them like, oh my god, that's my man, that's my Hercules, that's my Adonis, you know, that's my Greek god, you know. I don't know. Oh my god, what's going on here? Literally also fantasizing about going to a museum with you for some of you guys, because it brings me to Greek mythology. Okay, so they could also be fantasizing about like a date at a museum is what I'm picking up here too for some of you guys. Okay, yeah, and as long as I got my suit tied, I'ma leave it out on the floor tonight. Okay, for others of you, they could also be fantasizing about how they dance and it turns you on. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Or how you guys are going on a date in suit and tie, and like you guys are dancing kind of like they are in a suit and tie and you are in a dress, or the other way around, and you guys are going dancing. Okay, is what I'm picking up here too. Yeah, I do feel like, look at that energy. This also looks like New Year's Eve, right? Or like a party. It literally says a cocktail party. So they could be fantasizing about like a cocktail party, okay, that they attend with you. And you guys are like dancing, okay, is what I'm picking up here. Yeah, I'm hearing, lady, hear me tonight, cause my feeling is just so right as we dance by the moonlight. Can't you see you're my daylight? Lady, I just feel like I won't get you out of my mind. I feel love for the first time, and I know that it's true. I can tell by the look in your eyes. I'm also being brought to the color turquoise right now, okay? So I don't know why or what that means, but I'm being brought to the color turquoise. Or I don't know if you have like a turquoise stone, like a turquoise crystal around you, or something about the color turquoise. Okay, yeah, but to me this definitely looks like New Year's Eve. I don't know. I don't know what this is. New Year's Eve, festive season, okay, is what I'm picking up here. Let's see. What does pile number 3's future spouse fantasize about when it... Yeah, the Emperor came out again. Okay. Yeah, I feel like they fantasize about carrying you to the bed, or like carrying you up the stairs, or how you carry them up to the bed, or how you carry them up the stairs, or how you carry them when their feet are hurting and when they're tipsy or whatever, or something like that. Okay. Or again, I'm telling you, this is a future event. They fantasize so much about you that it's exactly how it's gonna happen. You know what I'm also being brought to? I'm being brought to like how men you know, like carry their woman like over their shoulders, and like the booty is here. That's what I'm picking up here too. Okay. Yeah, something for some of you guys, they fantasize about how you're both tipsy and you're out of control, and you're like super like a goofball, and you know, like they need to like catch you, like you run around and like you're like drunk and stuff like that, or you're like dancing and they have to like look for you. I don't know why. Okay, and then they, oh, do you know what this is? This carrying you home is also metaphorically speaking. It's kind of like how they take you home. I got my eyes on you. Oh my god, yeah, just hold on, we're going home. How they take you home. Oh, I see. So they fantasize about taking you home, like carrying you home, taking you home. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing who's coming home with me tonight. What is that? It's like a, you know how when you go to a club or like a party and it's like who's going home with who? Okay, so yeah, they could be fantasizing about like taking you home or something like that. Taking you to their home. Kind of like where people see that you guys went home together. So your future spouse is definitely about someone they like to claim, like they like to claim their territory, like I'm going home with her, you know. Yeah, they fantasize about like how everybody sees how you both leave the gathering together, like how they took you home, you know. Yeah, in a crowd, like how the crowd knows, ooh, they both go home now, or like, yeah, that's what that's what I'm picking up here. Okay, kind of like how they claim you in a crowd. They fantasize about claiming you in a crowd. Okay, that's what they fantasize about. That's what they fantasize about. They could also be fantasizing about like how you choose them over another man or another woman, okay? And I'm not talking about like them fantasizing about like you leaving. Just an example, they don't fantasize. It's not like a toxic, oh, choose me over another man or choose me over another woman. It's kind of like, let's say for example, it's like a very innocent flirt. Someone is innocently flirting with you, but you choose them over this other person that is flirting with you, is what I'm picking up here too. There's definitely something going on with like they fantasize about the bed. Something about the bed is what I'm picking up here. Fantasize about how you reject other men because, or other women because of her or because of him, but I feel like it's more so in kind of like a party setting or like a gathering type of setting. Okay, for others of you, they definitely fantasize about like yeah, that's what I'm picking up here. Okay, for example, you could, I'm telling you, you could have chosen pile number 2 in the last pick a card reading, because I talked about how in pile number 2 I saw the Snow White scene, the Snow White movie scene, if you chose pile number 2. And you know, usually if you watch the Snow White movie scene, it's like a masquerade party or masquerade ball, and usually you have to change partners to kind of like where you are like at a party and you have to change your dance partner over and over again. And in that movie scene, the prince didn't change, like she was asking, are we not supposed to change like dance partners? And then he's like, I don't know what he said, but he purposefully like pushed the man or pushed another man away so that he can continue to dance with her. That's what I'm picking up here too, okay? Something like that. I don't know. I don't know what that is, okay? I do feel like they fantasize about dancing with you. They could be fantasizing about dancing salsa with you, kizomba, or just dancing just in general. They could be fantasizing about like how you grind on them, you know, or something like that, or like a romantic dance. It's gonna be different for all of you. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Let's see. Okay, let me get 1 or 2 more of these and then we're gonna go to the extended, guys, okay? They also fantasize about how you sit on their bed, okay? Is what I'm picking up here, or how their bed smells like you. Kind of like where, for example, you leave and then their bed smells like you, or something like that. Oh yeah, they fantasize about what kind of color of panties you wear. I just saw it, okay? I saw a panty, like a red panty on the floor. Okay, they fantasize about how you forget your panties at their home. Now it gets very specific, right? Or they fantasize about not wearing any panties to a date. If she's female, she's fantasizing about like, oh, I'm not gonna wear any panties or whatever to surprise you or to make you like, you know, to like play a little bit with you or like tease you. Okay, or yeah, now I'm seeing this movie scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where she was like opening her legs and he wasn't allowed to, like, you know, she didn't allow Leonardo DiCaprio to, because they had a fight. Okay, and then she was like holding him back with a high heel, like on his chest. Okay. And yeah, she didn't have any panties on, so they could be fantasizing about something like that, where you don't wear any panties, or you forget your panties, or you forget your underwear or your bra at their place, and maybe they smell on it a little bit, or I don't know, like how you forget your t-shirt at their place, you know, is what I'm picking up here. I also heard the song Pillow Talk by Zayn. I don't know why, but that's what I heard. Okay, might be significant for someone here, the song. Some of you guys, if you do palm reading, they fantasize about it, because I'm hearing a song called Palm Tree. Okay, and in the song it says, I'm gonna tell you about the lyrics, okay? And the song's called Palm Tree, and let me see. Palm Tree by 𝐻𝑒𝑙𝑙𝑜. It's kind of like 𝐻𝑒𝑙𝑜. Okay. In the song it says, you got my interest, little princess. Oh my god. She said, let me see your middle finger on your index. What do you want to do, my angel? Read my palm, my angel. I just keep it calm. Me and you in the car, na, whole heap of drama, mama. Fly somewhere, baby, under a palm tree. Bad girl, mad girl, crazy shorty. Okay. If you are like a palm reader or if you are like a psychic, I feel like they pick that up, okay? They could be actually fantasizing about meeting a psychic, and which is you, or meeting a person that is like psychic, or again, if you are like a palm reader, okay? But they do fantasize about some type of like fairy tale. Even if this is a masculine, they could be watching a lot of movies or they could be watching a lot of anime. So they're like, their imagination is very, they have a wild fantasy. Your future spouse has a wild fantasy is what I'm picking up here. Okay. They could be fantasizing about, like, for example, if you are a masculine, they could be fantasizing about how you call her my princess, or how they call you my princess. Maybe that's literally what they say, like when they are in a relationship, they say like my princess or something like that. Or I don't know, it could be also like nasty, like a nasty fantasy where you say my king, my queen, you know, like, you know what I mean? Okay, it could also go in that direction. Okay, let's see. Do you know what I'm also picking up here? Let me tell you something, okay? Because we have the card here, they fell in love with your personality. I'm gonna do a reading on that soon, like how your future spouse will know that they're in love with you or what they will fall in love with, okay? So just letting you guys know, like the future, the program plan. Do you say that? The future program? Okay, but it says they fell in love with your personality. Listen. Another thing that I'm picking up here is I honestly want to say your future spouse had this epiphany lately that they see sexy bodies, or like, again, they could be seeing a lot of people that are, maybe they also know a lot of people, okay? Your future spouse could also know a lot of people, because I'm hearing I'm like, okay, let me say it like that. I'm starting to stutter. For some of you guys, your future spouse knows a lot of people and they travel around the world, okay? Or they have been traveling a lot, or they know a lot of people. They have been to a lot of places. They have been to a lot of parties, and they never met you, right? Like, you guys didn't meet each other yet, or maybe for some of you guys you did. But they fantasize about, like, I'm telling you, do you see where I'm coming from? Because we talked about it, right? How like in a whole crowd, they immediately notice you, or like in a whole crowd, they immediately know it's you, or like, oh, like tunnel vision on you, you know, like the whole crowd, everything disappears behind you, because there's always this energy of like, if your spouse has been traveling from city to city, from country to country, they have been at one gathering after the other, they have been to a lot of home parties, a lot of gatherings and stuff like that, and they never met this, they had never had this magical moment, right? Okay. And they feel like they've seen so many women with the most beautiful body. They have seen so many beautiful men with the most beautiful jawline, with the most beautiful everything, like the most beautiful like cut and trim, and like, I don't know what you call it, like, you know, the most beautiful muscles and stuff like that. And they didn't feel anything. It almost as if they felt numbed, like, oh, that's a nice body, but it kind of like, yeah, you know, like I'm lusting after it, like but it was not like a craving, like an undying love. So I do feel like they fantasize about like this undying love where nothing can keep two people apart, and like even after separation, you know, like even if you guys don't see each other, I don't know, it's kind of like an undying. But again, it's not because they want to play, or it's not like a runner chaser type of dynamic. It's more so this energy of like, this is true love, like true love that goes beyond time, beyond space, beyond like everything. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what they fantasize about. Because to be honest with you, I feel like if your spouse has seen a lot of beautiful bodies, I'm not gonna lie, okay, they have seen a lot of beautiful bodies, or again, they have been at a lot of parties, at a lot of gatherings, they travel a lot, they meet a lot of people. Like I'm seeing, I'm hearing, now baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Okay. They also fantasize about proposing on a beach. I saw it. Like, I literally just saw it. Proposing by a beach. I'm seeing it here. That's how they want to propose. Okay. Anyway, so they fantasize about like how they truly fall in love with someone's personality because they have seen a lot of beautiful bodies, but it didn't do nothing for them. They could have even recently noticed that their 𝑑𝑖𝑐𝑘 is not working anymore. Like they see a beautiful body, but it doesn't do anything to their 𝑑𝑖𝑐𝑘. Okay. And then feel like, no, my soul wants something different. My soul doesn't want a beautiful body. My soul wants something else. Like, what is this? My soul wants like this coincidentally meeting and like love at first sight and like the universe. Yeah, I'm hearing, do you think the universe fights for souls to be together? That's what I'm literally hearing. Okay, that's what they fantasize about. Okay, they fantasize about like how they're so in love with your personality that they crave your body, because I almost want to say like they didn't like they do when they have been dating other people, they liked these people's body, but they didn't like these people's personality. And I don't know, I feel like lately they might have a hard time to get aroused, to be honest with you, because they get turned off by people's personalities, what I'm just hearing. Okay, but anyway, pile number 3, we're going to go to the extended now. Okay, so we're going to look at, you know, what are their like fantasies when it comes to the dirty version. Okay, so we're gonna be, yeah, we're gonna see what they think about. Okay, like we're gonna be very descriptive. Okay, but yeah, pile number 3, that's all I have for you guys. If you want to join me in the extended, the link is gonna be down in the description box. If not, I'm gonna see you in my next future spells reading or in the next pick a card reading. I love you guys, and I'm gonna see you in my next one. Bye.